What's going on out there, YouTube? You tuned in to the Soapbox Heroes channel. This is Tyrone Irvin. We're about to come to you with some stuff as usual. Today, we got some things on the plate. I hope you got some room. Get ready to eat. Get ready to eat. Let me make sure my functions is all functioning in a proper functioning manner. Let me make sure everything is up to par. Let me make sure everything is up to par. How are you guys doing? If you're watching, if you're not watching and you watching later still, let me know. How are you? What's going on in the world today? Huh? What is going on in the world today? We're going to be talking about a few things. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get another feed going live too as well on Facebook. We're going to give a little Facebook, a little taste until my guests come on. Then when the guests come on, we're going to have to switch over to the tubes and stay with the tubes. So yes, indeedy, I give to the needy, not the greedy. We about to get into it tonight. We are getting into it tonight. Yes, most definitely. Now let me make sure that my feed is on. I don't like talking to myself. Well, yeah, I do. I ain't always got all my sense. Let's see what we're going to be talking about tonight. Tonight. Tonight, we're going to be talking about Antonio Armstrong Jr., the mistrial of Antonio Armstrong Jr. What else we're going to be talking about? We're going to be talking about Donald Trump thanking number two. Not thanking number two, congratulating number two. Turn that down. We're going to be talking about Trump congratulating the runner-up. Why you do that? Is the question at hand. What else we're going to be talking about? We're going to have Prince come on tonight, and we're going to have Author come on. And Prince says that Obama is a right winger, as in Republican. Like I said, we have a whole lot to get into tonight. I'm getting this started over here. I'm going to share my screen here in a second. Oh, and if we get time, I'll go over today's social media question of the day. That's always interesting. Facebook Live has stopped. I has had to stop it over there on Facebook. I try to use this program called Blue Jeans, and sometimes they make it way more technical than they have to on their end. I know that's easy for me to say. MC, hey, how are you? You just getting in from a long day? Much love. Yeah, I'm gonna try to have an awesome show. We're about to have a couple people come on in a second. We got some things to talk about, but I'm glad you had a good day. The weather was it was nice out here in Houston. It was in the 80s. It wasn't too humid. You know, the humidity it get the kicking out here from time to time, but it wasn't too humid. So let's see. All right, well, I don't know if I'm going to be with you guys tonight on Facebook. I'm trying to do it, but I don't know if it's actually going through past this dialogue box. So now, let me jump into it real quick. Like I said, I'm going to have some people jump on here in a second, and we're going to go over. Prince today said that Obama was a right winger. A right winger is Republican. For those who don't know, left winger would be considered a Democrat. That's just a real general, vague synopsis of what it is, but they're going to come on. We're going to talk about that. But until then, I got something for you guys. Might be interesting. Today, we are going to talk about Antonio Armstrong Jr. Yes, indeed. Antonio Armstrong Jr. This is a young man in Texas accused of killing his parents. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Marcella. Hi, Auntie. Yes, he was accused of killing his parents. Double homicide. Double homicide. They said that he murdered them in cold blood. They said he was a very manipulating person. So let me scroll down just a little bit and get into it. Oh, I see I am over there in the Facebooks. How you doing, Facebook? Hope you guys having a good day. Let me share my screen over there for you as well, so we could get into it. Get into it. All right, that should bring up the screen. Let me scroll up so you guys can get a picture of him. That's Antonio Armstrong Jr. He was being tried for a double murder. It was alleged that he murdered his parents. Okay, let me get into it. A 4-long-week trial ended in a stalemate last Friday when Harris County judge failed to reach a unanimous decision in the case of Houston teen facing life in prison after the shooting death of his parents 3 years ago. All right, so this has been going on for 3 years. Jurors deliberated for more than 19 hours before State District Attorney Judge Kelly Johnson invoked a mistrial. Prosecutors said that they will now retry Antonio Armstrong, who they called a master manipulator, responsible for the capital murders of his mother and father when he was just 16 years old. Okay, you guys, now look, it's not easy as that. You know it's not easy as that. Ain't nothing that easy. She says, we appreciate the tremendous effort by the jury, Assistant District Attorney. Let me scroll down. John Brewer said in a statement, well, you see all these advertisements, they want you to buy something bad. John Brewer said in a statement, Antonio Armstrong Jr. murdered two citizens of our county, and we will continue to fight for justice to bring him to trial again. Scroll down. Of course, that's not just it. I know you guys want to get to the bones of it, want to get to the meat. Let me get down to the meat so you could eat. Got a gang of pop-ups. Again, you guys, we're going to have Prince and Arthur come on here in a little while, and we're going to talk about a little bit of politics. But it's going to be way better than watching it on CNN. I guarantee you. The courtroom was silent. This courtroom was silent as Johnson announced the decision. Armstrong began crying when wedged himself in between a bench and a family member who placed their hands on him in prayer. They've supported the teen since his arrest. Armstrong, who had been out on bond since 2017, is expected back in court in May to discuss resetting the trial. So they're saying that they might want to reset the trial in May. What's up, Clifford? I see you out there. Okay, I see you, P. I got the message. We're gonna jump on as soon as you're ready. Let me know, and we're gonna go on. And so yeah, let me see. It's been a long 3 years, defense attorney Rick DiTato said. If it takes 3 more years, if it takes 6 more years, we will continue to fight for this young man until we prove that he is innocent. So it's been 3 years. Let me see. Armstrong has maintained that he was innocent from the start. He called 911 on July 29th, 2016, allegedly speaking hold on, let me fix my screen. Let me make it the right size. Okay, I'll start over. And Armstrong had maintained his innocence from the start. He called 911 on July 29, 2016, allegedly speaking from his closet. Officers found the beloved couple in the bed with pillows over their face. Downstairs on the kitchen counter, the killer left behind the murder weapon, the elder Armstrong's .22 caliber pistol, placed next to a threatening message scribed on the piece of paper. I have been watching for a long time. Come get me. So that's what the message was. That's what the message said that was on the piece of paper that was next to the murder weapon in the kitchen. And when they say the elder Armstrong, they're talking about the father because Antonio Armstrong, the one that's on trial, is a junior. The father that was killed was the senior. Okay. Officers found the beloved couple in the bed. Okay, I read that already. Hold on, I got an advertisement playing somewhere. Sorry about that. I have no clue where this advertisement is coming from. Let me do that. Hopefully that helps. Let me get back to it. So yeah, you guys, like again, this guy, he has been on trial for 3 years. He was accused of murdering his parents. They said that the parents had a pillow over their face and the murder weapon was downstairs next to a napkin. And on the napkin, it says, I have been watching for a long time. Come and get me. Okay. During the police interrogation, investigators urged the teen to come clean if he'd done something that they would find out about later. I know it doesn't look good, he said to the officers. I had nothing to do with this. But his 911 call, he said, it's all my fault. Armstrong explained to the police that he meant he could have done more to stop the masked intruder. He told investigators in his questioning that he didn't know who had it out for his parents. They were well liked and owned a small chain of fitness centers. His father was a former NFL player and standout at Texas A&M University, also preached at church. Okay, so he's saying that he don't know who would have wanted to come and get his parents because his parents are well known, well liked. His dad was an NFL player and a preacher. Over a period of days during the trial, witness testimonies pieced together why Armstrong might have had a bone to pick with his closest kin. His world was falling apart. Okay. Through dozens of pages and text messages, jurors learned that the teen was at odds with his parents, especially his disciplinarian mother. He was smoking marijuana, spending too much money, not improving his grades, and lying, prosecutors said. They grounded him and took away his car, threatened his freedom. Okay. And again, like these are things that happen. My parents were disappointed in me as a teenager, so I'm not going to necessarily say that that's something that would make you murder your parents. Again, let me look at it again. It says, through dozens of pages of text messages, jurors learned that the teenager was at odds with his parents, especially his disciplinarian mother. He was smoking marijuana, spending too much money, not improving his grades, and lying. Okay? It sounds like a teenager. Not all teenagers, but that definitely sounds like a teenager. The Armstrongs also had a trust fund into which their life insurance was deposited. According to testimony, they were living outside their means and pulled the teen out of his pricey Kincaid school, partially because his grades weren't good enough to keep him there. He was sent to a school where he likely wouldn't have had made the starting roster on the football team. So they're saying they took him out of his school, the school that they were paying tuition to send him to, to a public school, and at that public school, they said that he might not have started on the football team, and so they're trying to say these are all reasons that would give him motive to murder his parents. Armstrong was a master manipulator, prosecutor John Brewer said in the closing arguments. While Don and Antonio Armstrong Sr. were often encouraging, they didn't shy away from their disappointment. They called him out for dishonesty on multiple occasions, once referring to him as a bold-faced liar. Okay, again, like I said, these are things that you hear teenagers do, and your parents might have a propensity to call you a bold-faced liar. Many teenagers are. Again, I'm not passing any judgment. Prosecutors homed in on the falsehoods when Armstrong's girlfriend, Kate Ober, took the witness stand. Her mood shifted from light to delighted when the attorneys uncovered lies about her boyfriend had apparently told her in the day before the crime. So I guess her boyfriend might have lied to her about something the day before the crime, and they tried to bring that up to see if it would change her testimony. Still, she said Armstrong, who she is still dating, was close with his parents. Sometimes you fight with your parents and sometimes you don't. That doesn't mean your relationship with them is terrible, she said. They were his best friends. Okay, so his girlfriend is saying that they were best friends even when they tried to show her messages saying that he lied to her the day before. She didn't change her statement. Defense attorney said lying doesn't equate to murder. Armstrong was a goofy, loving, respectful kid. Even though he had a tendency to be a knucklehead, attorney Rick DiToto said. Prosecutors contended that Armstrong planned and even predicted the killings. However, firing short through a comforter and pillow, police found a bullet hole through his floor, and he told investigators that he was just messing around, placing him as the last known person with his father's gun. Forensics evidence wasn't helpful for the investigators or the prosecutor, and nothing definitely connected Armstrong to the crime. He had no gunshot residue on his clothes. He had no latent fingerprints or DNA on the weapon. But experts noticed that he had a higher concentrate of lead on his right arm, which is his dominant one. Okay, and they don't give an explanation in this paragraph why he had more lead, or what the other causes of it may be, or if that is a cause from shooting someone, or they just said he had more lead on the right arm. That made testimony on the home's alarm system even more integral. An alarm company representative said that the device was working exactly as it were supposed to, and the motion detectors found constant movement between the first and second floor around the time the couple was murdered. No one appeared to enter or exit the house, according to alarm records, and there were no signs of break-in. Okay. Before letting the police inside the 3-story townhome, Armstrong woke his 12-year-old sister up and deactivated the alarm. An opposing expert for the defense, who was paid nearly $50,000 for his work on the case, said the alarm system wasn't reliable and could have been compromised. Armstrong swore an intruder was to blame, although he never mentioned it in the 911 call. So they said he never mentioned that there was an intruder in the call, and they're also saying that the prosecution hired an expert, brought in the alarm company, and the alarm company said that the alarm was functioning fine, and nobody came in or out. But the defense hired their own expert, and the expert said that it could have been compromised. Okay. Let's see. Armstrong swore up and down the intruder was to blame. Oh, yeah, he never mentioned it. All right. He never mentioned it to investigators. Defense attorneys also brought up several theories of who else could have been responsible and had easy access to the house, including Josh Armstrong, Antonio Armstrong Jr.'s older brother. So the defense trying to say that other people could have had a motive to do it. Hey, Prince, let me send you a new link. I think I have to send a new link. Arthur, if you're watching, give me about 2 seconds. Give me 2 minutes. I'm going to send you another link too. We're going to jump on into the is Obama a right winger? Story of Josh Armstrong's character were often conflicting, and he didn't testify. Antonio Armstrong Jr. told the police on the day of his arrest that he and his younger sister, Kara, admired their brother. But during the 4-week trial, defense attorneys described him as the black sheep, the black sheep of the family, and as someone who was struggling mentally in the weeks before the slaying. The jury, 5 men and 7 women, the majority of whom were white, were hopelessly deadlocked during deliberations and told Johnson that they weren't able to come up with a unanimous vote without violating their conscience. They heard 38 hours and 13 minutes of evidence, she said. All right. Let me give you guys a little bit of audio just so you could hear and see what's going on. Let me see if I could get that fire. Let me get a little bit of audio. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Hi to Johnsons. He wasn't thinking of that at that time. Not in a state of panic. Okay. Yes, very, very possible that didn't go through his mind to say that it was an intruder. Very possible. And they were saying that he kept saying, it's all my fault. And he's saying the explanation for saying it's all my fault was because he felt as if he could have done more to stop the intruder. Or maybe possibly a sense of guilt. So yeah, you know, they give you 1,000,001 advertisements now on the internet. And in 9 seconds, I could get past this one. And while I'm playing this, I'm gonna send out a couple links to the fellas. Let me stop that right there. I'm gonna send out a couple links. So yeah, this trial seems to have all types of different ups and downs and twists and turns going on so far. Again, the alarm company says that the alarm system was not compromised and that there was nobody who had entered. They also say that the motion detector showing that there was a lot of motion in between the first and second floor. And that's where the murder happened. All right, let me pause this, lady. Let me turn up some sound. Let me give you what they got to say.
That the split of the jury, 8 jurors believed that A.J. Armstrong was guilty. 4 jurors believed he was not guilty. As we know, with this capital murder case, it has to be unanimous, and the jurors just could not agree on their verdict, which is why we heard a mistrial. I'm going to take you inside the courtroom to that moment that Judge Kelly Johnson announced it was a mistrial. Listen.
It is improbable the jury can reach a verdict, and accordingly, because of that, the court declares a mistrial.
AJ then waited for the jury to leave the room, and then he broke down. His grandmother, Kay Winston, Antonio Sr.'s mother, to the left of AJ, put her arms on her grandson and started praying. Other family members put their hands on AJ's shoulders, on his back. You guys, these are the people who have been there from the beginning, supported this young man since he was 16 when his parents were murdered. Now, as a 19-year-old, AJ left court, and his fight to prove he's not guilty is not over. What a long road it's been, though. The trial started 24 days ago. The jury heard 38 hours and 13 minutes of evidence. They deliberated for 19 hours and 10 minutes, and it was exhausting. In the end, the jury just could not come to an agreement without some of them compromising their morals.
So I could not be prouder of a group of people as far as serving in the criminal justice system and doing their job.
Is this a win? Is this a lose for you?
It's not a win or a loss. We now know that there are people that did not believe the state's theory of the case. So we're going to keep fighting for this young man as long as we have to. We'll be back in court in about a month, and we'll continue fighting.
And here's the statement from the lead prosecutor, John Brewer, on your screen right now. Quote, "We appreciate the tremendous effort by the jury. Antonio Armstrong Jr. murdered 2 citizens of our county, and we will continue to fight for justice and bring him to trial again."
All right, you guys. So that's what we have going on right there about Antonio Armstrong Jr. So what do you guys think? Did you guys think the mistrial was warranted? Was there enough evidence there to convict him guilty? Was there not enough evidence there to convict him? What do you guys think? It's a lot going on in this case. The prosecutor was trying to say that the problems that he was having with his parents was one of the reasons why he would want to do it. But to me, a lot of those reasons, those are just teenage issues. That's stuff that teenagers do when they're going back and forth with their parents. Again, you guys let me know what you think about that here. Let me check to see if anybody's saying something. Are we going live? Yeah, Derek. Yeah, Arthur, let me send you the link. 1 second, you guys. Yeah, you guys let me know. There was a whole lot of stuff going on in there. And again, the security company says that there was a lot of movement at the time of the murder in between the 2 floors that Antonio resided and the floors where his parents resided. So that also brings in some questions. There are some questions. And again, the jury was deadlocked. I'm about to send you this invitation right now, Arthur. Then you jump in. Then we wait on Prince. Let me get into it. So yes, indeed, there's a lot going on right there. There's a lot to think about. And like I said, he's been going. This is the 3rd year that they have been on trial, and the prosecutor, they're trying to figure out if they're going to bring it back to trial. And so you guys, you never know. We might be hearing about this and seeing about this again here really soon. And if we do, I'm going to make sure that we know. I'm going to talk about it. All right, Arthur, I'm about to send it to you now. Hey, Nasha. But wouldn't it be a deeper thing, like a reaction to a scared situation? Very possible. What part are you talking about, Nasha? What part is you talking about? I know I said is you. I know I said is you. Copy URL. Arthur, it's sent to you. I sent it to you on Facebook Messenger. You should get it right about now. Download the Zoom app, then hit that link. It'll bring you right in. It will bring you right in. All right. Let me get back into it. It's kind of hard to figure that out right there. Yes, the Johnsons, it is kind of hard to figure it out. There is a lot going on. And like I said, it's definitely something to pay attention to. It's definitely something to pay attention to. What I think is amazing, and I think is kind of telling, is the fact that his family hasn't went anywhere. His grandparents, they've been there to support him the whole time. And so his family must feel as if he's telling the truth. His family must feel as if he's telling the truth. All right. So next we're going to get over into something else. I'm still waiting on my guest here. We're going to jump into something else. We're going to jump into good old Donald Trump. We're going to jump into good old Donald Trump. Now, what is it that Trump did this time, you might add? Because there's definitely a lot of this times. Every other day is something new. I'm going to tell you guys what I think. I'm going to tell you guys what I think, my take on this. Let me make the screen just a little bit bigger. All right. The headline says from time.com, Kyler Murray, a black man, was the #1 NFL draft pick. Trump congratulates the #2 pick instead. One more time. Kyler Murray, a black man, was the #1 NFL draft pick. Trump congratulates the #2 pick instead. Oh man. Oh, I didn't share my screen. Let me share it over there for the book one time. I see them emojis. I'm gonna read it one more time. Kyler Murray, a black man, was the #1 NFL draft pick. Trump congratulates the #2 pick instead. What do we got going on here? What do we got going on here? I decided I want to talk about this because I've seen it a lot of places as of today, and I see a lot of people giving their opinion why. So I said, well, if you guys got a right to give your opinion why, then I can give my opinion why. So FDT, Rip King Nipsey. Yes, indeed. But look, hear me out. Hold your rocks before you throw them at me. I don't think Donald Trump went straight to Joey Bosa or Nick Bosa. I don't think he congratulated them simply because they were white. I don't think he left Kyler Murray out simply because he is black. Now, bear with me. Let me tell you why. I'm going to stop the screen share so I can see when the guests jump on. I'm going to tell you why. I'll say this. Kyler Murray going #1 was big. That was a big thing. Joey Bosa, is it Joey Bosa? Well, Bosa, because I think Joey is his brother. I think it's Nick Bosa, but whichever one, the Bosa that went second in the draft. Just a couple weeks ago, he was praising Donald Trump. There was a lot of tweets that came out with him praising Donald Trump, and a lot of the things that he feel and the sentiments that he was saying are things that Donald Trump say all the time. And so what does that mean? Okay, let's go over this in context. Donald Trump always praises those who praise him. I personally believe he's a narcissist. I think he liked his ego stroked. And since his ego was stroked by Bosa a few days prior in the media based on his tweets, assertions, and things that he agreed with, Trump went ahead and congratulated him. He needs adulation. He likes people who likes him. If you like him, he seems to like you back. The reason why I say that I don't think it's a race thing is because when Candace Owens says good things about Donald Trump is on the record saying good things about Candace Owens. Donald Trump has said good things about Ben Carson. And like I said, and all these are people who just agreed with him. I'm not saying necessarily is right. I'm not saying necessarily is wrong. I'm saying they agree with him, so he congratulates them. He says good things about people who agree with him. That strokes his ego. If you stroke his ego, you'll be on his good side. I could give other examples. Jeff Sessions, for one. Jeff Sessions got his job at the as an attorney general simply by stroking his ego. Michael Flynn, he got his job simply by stroking his ego. Omarosa, she got her job simply by stroking his ego. Bosa got a congratulations simply by stroking his ego. Okay, that's what I think. Let me see 1 second. How do I join? You just go up to the link that I sent you, the first one. Just hit the link. Yeah, but that's what I think. I think, like I said, that's what Trump does. And he does take these moments to try to poke the bear. He likes to stay in the news. He likes to agitate people. But do I think it was just strictly a race thing or him overlooking somebody who was black? I firmly believe that if Kyler Murray was a Donald Trump supporter openly, and it came out that he openly supported Donald Trump would have gave him congratulations too. Wasn't it just a week or two ago that Donald Trump was trying to give Tiger Woods like some type of medal of honor or medal of freedom? I don't know the exact medal, but what I'm saying is it's not letting you on in either, Pete. All right, I'm gonna send another link. So yeah, and like I said, and I do notice one thing. I notice a lot of people say, well, Donald Trump uses his Twitter. A good friend of mine said this to me today, and it made me think. He says, Donald Trump uses his Twitter to say disparaging things about black people. And I say, Donald Trump uses his Twitter to say disparaging things about everybody. I think we notice a little bit more because it's our community when we talk about it, or, when somebody talk about somebody in your family or somebody in your tribe or your people, sometimes you notice it a little more, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not happening with anybody else. Again, that is just my opinion. That's just my opinion. And so you guys, I'm about to get Prince and Arthur on right now. They both ready. Let me send them the link. I'm gonna send them the link. You guys let me know. Hey, am I off base? Am I wrong? I mean, I could be completely. Let me know. Let me know. And like I said, Donald Trump likes those who like him back. That's just how he is. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying that I don't think it's strictly on race. Now, do I think that he knows the reaction is going to get? Yeah, I think he fully knows the reaction is going to get. I just think he doesn't care. I don't think he is exactly sensitive to what makes somebody mad. It seems like all he care about is those who care about him. And so, like I said, I don't necessarily think that it's a function of pure race or a function of pure racism, but I do think it's a function of him congratulating the people that congratulate him. And again, if you guys don't remember, just a few weeks prior, Bosa was having all type of issues because it was seeming like a lot of the things that he was saying in Twitter just was always against black people. Now, of course, Trump is going to overlook that because he likes Donald Trump. So Donald Trump don't care what you dislike as long as you like him. That's just what I think. Again, you guys, let me know if I'm wrong. Talk to me. I talk back. Let me know if I'm wrong. Here again, let me check up here in the queue. I'm trying to get some people on so we could go over this. Attendees, let's see. We got Prince. Let's get Prince in here. See what Prince think about this. What's up, Prince?
Yo, shit, man, what's good?
Not much. Author jumping in right now. I just sent him the link.
Okay. Let me get out of this whip. I just had to come to my whip and get my headphones. Hey, I was gonna say, man, that what you was just talking about on that Joey Bosa shit. I mean, I 100%. That's exactly how Trump get down. Trump don't care if you believe in his ideology, if you are right wing, left wing, he don't give a fuck. All he know is he likes Trump. If you listen to everything he says, is that guy's all right with me. He's never said anything bad about me like that. Like he'll say that about anybody. So like I don't know, but you know the media dictates everybody's emotions or a lot of people's emotions. You know what I'm saying? So now they've spinning it as the number one pick in the draft was a black dude and da 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 da. Like, first of all, it's not the president's job to comment on sports anyway. So if the nigga want to comment, if he a fan of Joey Bosa, he's just a fan. He don't gotta be the fucking president that comments and congratulates every fucking first draft pick. I didn't see him send out a tweet about the first draft pick in the fucking MLB draft or the NBA draft. So why does he have to do it in the football draft? He likes Joey Bosa because, like you said, Joey Bosa likes him. Period, point fucking blank. This shit is simple to me. Like, I don't understand. Well, I do understand because, you know, people hate Trump so much that they don't, it makes them, makes them lock
It's a
up
trigger.
it unlocks their lizard brain. So
Wait, Pete, their what brain?
their lizard brain. It's a phrase. So it's like they're like you could be an intelligent person, right? I use this when I talk about people who are religious, but like there are smart people that I know are really
Hold on 1 second, Pete. Hey, you guys, if you on Facebook watching, we're gonna have to go ahead and end it. I can only broadcast on Facebook and YouTube when I don't have a guest, and now I have a guest on, so you guys won't be able to hear. So it'll just sound like I'm talking to myself, and in between silences, I'm sure you will tune off. So if you're going to tune off anyway, you might as well go on to the Soapbox Heroes channel and tune in there. And again, Arthur, if you're watching this, I'll send you another message to your inbox with the directions so we can make sure that you get on, so we can have this conversation. So again, you guys, we're going to jump off of on YouTube, on Facebook, and go on YouTube, because if we bring people together and we bring guests, we can't broadcast on both simultaneously, with you guys being able to hear both guests. So again, Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
All right, YouTube, we here. And I'm even glad because, man, that'd be dragging the computer. So what was you saying, Prince? People thinking with their lizard brains.
Yeah, so it unlocks it makes otherwise intelligent people lose all sense of like their ability to properly digest and process things because they hate Trump so much. You know what I'm saying? So they're like so you can talk to a regular, like a smart person that's informed and da 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 da, right? Generally speaking, right? And then you bring up Trump's name. Fuck Trump. We got to get him out of office. And then you like, whoa, wait. Like, okay, cool. Like, I don't like Trump either, but not everything the man does upsets me. Not him. His existence doesn't upset me. I don't hate him or any more or whatever than any other politician that don't give a fuck about the people. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't give a fuck. Like he doesn't make me lose all sense. You know what I'm saying? Like when I hear his name. So the media plays to that. They know that that a lot of people, especially black people, but they know
All right, yeah. Prince froze up real quick. But yeah, he was saying something about how the media plays. Go ahead, you have froze up, Prince. You were saying the media plays upon people and you froze.
Oh, they prey upon our emotions. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah. See, yeah, it's not me freezing. I seen freezing, and so yeah, we're saying that they play upon our emotions, and while
Rightfully so. But then they know. So them knowing that, they'll take something like him congratulating a fucking draft pick, which should be a totally innocuous thing, and they'll fucking broadcast that shit like it's like he's trying to start a race war. And I'm like, dude. I know what he's doing. I'm not, you're not about to get me to defend I know the reason.
Right.
You know, he's playing to his base. He doesn't watch Joey Bosa. He never watched a fucking Ohio State football game. Like Trump doesn't strike me as a person that could sit down and watch a game of any sort. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Whistling to his base and to the people who tapped into what Joey Bosa was actually saying the week before.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's all he was doing. And then the cherry on top was he likes Trump. So Trump's like, that's my guy. And that's all it came down to. Like, so he's like,
exactly.
Congratulations, Joey Bosa. Like, why is that? How is this new? He didn't say congratulations, Joey Bosa. Fuck Kyler Murray. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't say anything about anybody else. Was the third pick black? I don't know. Was the fourth pick white? Like, who the fuck knows? He congratulated the one dude that is vocal and that shares his views. And being a Niners fan, right? As a Niners fan, I'm a Niners fan, right? Art is too. I was hoping Art was on here to talk about this because me and him talked about this before. I don't give a fuck that Joey Bosa is a MAGA motherfucker. Like, that doesn't like the NFL. Jerry Jones, like I said this shit to my homie who was like, Joey Bosa once again unlocks their lizard brains, right? So they don't have all of this cognitive dissonance sets in, right? So you're talking to these people and you go, okay, so you mad at Joey Bosa? Yeah, fuck him, he's disgusting. Okay, cool. But Jerry Jones is racist as fuck too.
Prince, look, this is what I get confused about. What Bosa said, a lot of America agrees with.
That's what I don't understand. I'm like, a lot of your coworkers believe this shit. So why are you so mad at him?
And we will go support other people who agree with it. But since, and like I said earlier, I fully believe that if Kyler Murray was to say something good about Donald Trump and it was all
oh my God, he would be all over Kyler. Oh, my African-American friend, Kyler Murray.
Exactly. He's going to use the opportunity to, one, poke at people who are mad at him, and two, I personally think he's a narcissist. And so when somebody makes their head feel bigger, they like it. And like I said, I could give examples of other people he has done that to. When Kanye went in there, then he made Kanye the best person in the world. Candace Owens going there, he says good things about Candace Owens. Look, he was going at it with Ben Carson. He called him. He said he thought he was crazy and everything. Yeah, but as soon as Ben Carson said, you know what, I'm not running, but I would. He endorsed Donald Trump.
They already had that backdoor. They already had that backdoor deal done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm endorsing you, give me a job. Trump was like, cool.
Cool. He made a prominent neurosurgeon the head of HUD. You did what I'm saying?
I do you not understand it? I totally get why he did it. That's he made the deal. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Right. If you can't be mad. You can't be mad at Trump exclusively. That's the only thing I'm saying. Like, if you gonna hate Trump, I would respect you more if you hated Trump, but you also hated everybody connected to any of that shit ever, black, white, or otherwise. Like, I would totally respect you for that, right? But I don't respect you when you get up there and big up, I mean, and shit on Joey Bosa and be like, oh, Joey Bosa, I don't want him on my team. And then you like turn a blind eye to like Ben Roethlisberger. I'm like, what the fuck? This nigga, like this nigga's or turn a blind eye to Tom Brady with the MAGA hat in the back. Like, nigga, get the fuck out of here. The same niggas.
Robert Kraft, who was a big Donald Trump donor.
Who gave money? Who gave money to Donald Trump? So what are you talking about? Like, seriously, so you mad at it? So you mad at it? Here's what I don't understand either. So you mad at a 19, 20-year-old college kid who's on the internet talking shit, trolling, right? You mad at him, but you not mad at a 60-year-old billionaire giving $1 million to Donald Trump's campaign. What helped Donald Trump more? Robert Kraft or fucking Joey Bosa? Robert Kraft, right? So what the fuck are we talking? Like, what? Come on, man. Like,
all
that's
day long. But you know what? Robert Kraft went and helped Meek Mill get out, and he started wearing a chain, so everybody kind of forget about it. You know what I'm saying?
He went on the Bill Clinton tour and played the saxophone, the equivalent of playing the saxophone on the Arsenio Hall show. He did the same shit Hillary Clinton did. Got on fucking the Breakfast Club and said she had the hot sauce in her purse. That's all niggas. Hey man, that's all you gotta do sometimes to trick a lot of these niggas. I had an older black lady tell me Joe Biden is okay because she posted a picture of Joe Biden hugging a black person, and she said, Joe Biden, I don't understand how people could say this man is racist. I said, so all I gotta do is hug a black. As I could be a KKK member. It could be Robert Byrd or whatever, right? And if that motherfucker if Robert Byrd hugs a black person and he don't hate black people all of a sudden. I've seen Donald Trump, like you were just saying, appointed a black man ahead of something. Does that mean he don't hate black? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? The lack of consistency in people's opinions and their reactions is what really upsets me. I care more about that than I do about anything Donald Trump is saying. You know what I'm saying? Like I care more about how people are not, because we're never gonna come together if we don't like establish like, okay, here's the fucking common denominator. Here's the you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just like make a floor and be like, all right, this is the fucking floor, this is the base. If you cross this line, then you ain't shit. And just have like the vast majority of people agree on that. And whenever somebody cross that line, then we bang on them. And, you know what I'm saying? But like we can't get there. We can't get there because
be consistent in your anger. Be consistent in the things
that's all
you're
I
frustrated. Look,
that's
you know what, P? I agree with you on this one. I agree. And Art, can you hear us? Okay, Art, if you can hear, if you watching, just turn on your sound. I see his name. He might be getting prepared. But yeah, Prince, look, I'm literally 100% with you, and I don't understand why the media throws out certain things to inflame people's emotions like that. Because like I said,
you understand that. You know
why.
I
understand it. I don't understand how it's so easily fallen for. And again, this doesn't mean that I'm saying that Trump is a wonderful person. It's saying that I understand his game. You see what I mean? I think sometimes when we explain and break down the games that are being played, somebody will say, oh, well,
you support Trump.
Or you're taking up for him. And if they watch you, then they should know for sure, get out of here. You know what I mean? And if they know me, then, you know, I'm going to be fair about everything. And so I just feel like dude don't care. And then I had another buddy tell me, like I said, he said, what's up, Art?
What up, Art?
Let me see.
Oh, there you can hear us. You got to swipe the screen to where you can see us because your mic might be off. Can you see us?
Swipe your screen the other way.
Swipe your screen. You got to swipe it so you can see us. Are you on the computer? Oh, you on the computer. I don't know how I work on the computer.
On the computer, let me see. I got his sound right here. Panelists. Oh, you don't got your sound on.
You don't got your sound on. Yeah, I was gonna say he got his sound off. I could tell.
Yeah, because you don't see the speaker. You don't got your sound on.
Are you hooked up in your headphones? He hooked up through his Bluetooth. It might be like something. Can you hear us, Art? Shake your head yes if you can hear us. See, he can't hear us. He talking. I can see him talking and everything, but he can't hear us.
All right, I see. Here, I'm gonna leave you a chat. Turn on your sound. All right, but yeah, Pete, like you know, and the media has a propensity to do it. Duke Pharaoh, what's the deal? Oh yeah, let's see. The Johnson says, as a president for people, as a president for the people, we the people, that's not good. That's not a good look to show favoritism. And I agree, it's definitely not a good look to show favoritism, but that's who he is. I think we just look past the fact, dude is just he's a jerk. Like,
hold on, time out. Obama showed favoritism. He had athletes that he liked. He didn't like everybody. Like, get out of here, man. He's still a person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just stop looking at it so much like it because it's Trump. That's what I'm saying. Just look at it like he's a fan of Joey Bosa because Joey Bosa is a fan of his. And just leave it at that. He don't gotta like everybody. He don't gotta go. You want the nigga to congratulate everybody in the draft? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, he didn't do that. He congratulated one person specifically. And I'm sure Joey Bosa ain't the only motherfucker that agrees with Trump that got drafted. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's a lot of people in that draft that agree with Trump, black and white. You know what I'm saying? Football is a very Republican kind of sport, if you know what I mean. Like the people who play football, especially when they white, they are typically Republican. It's it's a lot of military shit in that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Look, far as I don't think people realizes the fan base in football. Yeah, black people, we're fans emotionally, but you go to a football game, you don't see that many black people. When it comes down to money, that's who's paying the money. It's the Joey Bosa fans who are paying the money. That's why the whole flag thing shut everything down, is because they weren't going to take your side. They're not going to take our side because they like, you guys don't bring enough money. And this is coming from a person who's went to game after game after game. It really never really made a difference because you look around and you're going to see that the majority of the fans are white. I'll challenge anybody to this. The next playoff game, turn on the TV and look in the crowd. You ain't going to see too many black people.
I definitely agree. They use that as an excuse, but the reality was that for the fans that they would have lost potentially, which they lost a gang of fans anyway, because they were lukewarm, which was the worst position to take. I contend that if they would have taken a position like Nike did and was like, we riding with Cap, they would have gained a gang of fans.
Wait. Nike didn't take that position until it became profitable.
I'm just letting you know that if they would have taken that stance, it wasn't that until it became profitable. If they would have took that stance from the beginning, it would have became profitable right off the bat. That's my point. It wasn't like the longer the shit went on with Cap, the more profitable it got. I don't believe that. I think if the NFL from the very beginning would have been like, all right, we want to be on the right side of history. We're gonna let Cap exercise his First Amendment right, and boom, you know what I'm saying, and just leave it at that.
You won't.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, you won't.
Right.
I hear you.
Fuck. I'm sorry about that. Excuse me.
No,
you good.
All right.
If they would have did that, they would have been straight. But they didn't do that. They tried to make that excuse. Like they tried to use that, you know, that oh, it's about the money, and yeah, no, it wasn't about the money. It was because the owners are fucking extremely fucking racist, and they put and as much as you would like to think that they put profit over people, or in this particular case that it was just like they're just capitalists, they just trying to get their money. That's not.
So fellas, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can y'all catch me up? Where we at in the conversation? I apologize.
Oh no. Right now
we're having a side conversation.
Yeah, right now we talking about Joey Bosa. Before you guys came on, I was talking about Joey Bosa and how Trump gave him props, but people are saying that it was basically racist because he didn't give Kyler Murray props, and Kyler Murray was drafted first and Bosa was second.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes, indeed.
So why did President Obama physically call Michael Sam and congratulate him? He was gay.
Yep.
Who was the first round pick that year? We don't even know. But we do know.
I don't remember the first pick.
But we
You're right.
do know that Michael Sam got a phone call from the president. And so why was that a big deal? Why was that a big deal? Why is this a big deal?
Because it's Trump. Because it's Trump, and and people hate Trump, and the media be trying to.
You know why? You know why?
What?
Because Negroes secretly love the white man, and that's what I want to say. Go ahead.
Okay, hold on. How do Negroes secretly love the white man?
Because they want to be acknowledged. They mad because look, Trump can't win. Because excuse me, I'm sorry. What's up, man? All right, I'm sorry. Can you go in the room, please?
No, I'm talking about for your neighbor.
Oh, okay. I'll close the one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Where was I at?
You were saying that Trump can't win. You're about to say
he can't win because if he would have showed him love and Kyler Murray would have responded, Kyler Murray would have looked bad because he would have looked like a Trump supporter.
Yep.
Good point.
So,
good point.
So Joey Bosa, see, you know what this is my thing. It's easier to be openly gay to be openly Republican.
Yep. Right now it is. I agree with that. Yep.
And Joey Bosa is openly conservative. Let's just take racism and all this shit to the side because I don't believe in all that shit. I'm different, and excuse me for being different.
Be different.
Yeah, I don't believe in racism. I don't believe in all these isms and all these ists and all these all these words that they put on people. I don't believe in that. I believe each person individually believes in what they believe in. So Joey Bosa likes Trump for his policies and my beliefs. Okay. I don't think he likes Trump because he's a racist, because he's a white man, because his last name is Bosa. That's not a white last name.
Okay.
So what? Hold on, wait. What kind of last name is that?
Bosa. I don't know. It's not an American white last name.
It's probably a Spanish name, which is white.
It's like Zimmerman. Okay. It's the same as Zimmerman.
But I know that's white though.
Yeah, it could be Jewish too. We don't know what it is.
But that's white though. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
we're gonna have to define what white is too, because I see that.
Wait. Another show. We got to define what black is, because I missed that ADOS show, and that was a great debate.
That wasn't even no debate, nigga. That was just them. Hey man, that nigga. I'm sorry, I don't like calling Salik a nigga because he.
No, I didn't watch none of it. I'm promising you. Not 1 second.
Salik, whew, he killed it when you got to watch it. He killed it, and then Robert just like came in with he was reading off the site like, damn, look at this, like just in real time, like that don't make no sense, and yeah. So it wasn't no debate. It was literally.
Well, we'll have to backtrack on all of that, but
yeah,
because I have mixed emotions about ADOS, but I think it's valuable. I think it's valuable. It's like it's two wings to one party. It's the Democrat and Republican wing to one party. But anyway, where was I at?
Hold on. We were talking about Bosa. Let me show you guys something real quick.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, you good. Ain't nothing to be sorry about. This is what we do.
Okay.
Let me see. I'm gonna bring on the screen the definition of Bosa just because.
Yeah, just because. That's what we got to do. This is what I do.
All right. A submission from Georgia, United States, says that the name Bosa means victory and is African and is of African origin.
Hey, Prince, why you laugh? Why you laugh?
Because Joey Bosa a nigga, he don't even know it.
Yeah. We all are.
They mad. I know he gonna be mad. Damn, you don't even.
Nah. Wait. So you think Trump? Excuse me.
Joey Bosa racist. Yes, Joey Bosa is racist. Trump is racist. Don't play that. We ain't got to do it for TV. They racist. We don't. I ain't about to sit here and debate it.
Tell me why.
Trump is racist.
What does racist mean?
I don't want to do that. It ain't what it means to me. It's literally they think that white people are superior to black people. That's literally what they think. That's what racism is. He thinks white people are superior to black people.
Okay. Do you believe in superiority?
Do I believe it? It ain't what I believe in. It's real. Yes, I believe in it. Yes.
So 100%. Are black people faster than white people? Faster?
Typically speaking, yes. On record, yes, 100%.
Are we stronger than white people physically?
No.
We're not.
No, the strongest men in the world are white men. I'm talking like if the contest, the strongest mankind, they're white men, most of them.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
I'm just going off of what I know. Like I could be wrong about this.
Okay. I'm not trying to. I want to get your real answers. So I just want to know. That's what racism is. So do you believe in a supreme? Do you believe in supreme beings?
No, I would. When I'm talking about supremacy, I'm not talking about like because white people are supreme in some stuff and Asians are supreme in some stuff and black people. That, you know what I'm saying? No one race is supreme in no ethnicity is like the end all be all, just supreme over everybody and everything.
So I'm gonna ask you this. I'm sorry, I don't want to take over the show, but I want to ask you these.
No, let's go. Come on.
Because do you believe in a black queen?
A black queen?
The term black queen, when people say like that's the black queen.
Is that racist? Is that racist to say the black woman is God? Is that racist?
I mean, I don't believe in God, so
I'm not asking you that. I'm not asking you.
I mean, do I think I mean, it's hard because I don't believe in God. So when you ask me that, it don't mean nothing.
So what about if I say the white man's the devil?
I think that's racist when people say that. But I understand. But here's the difference though.
The devil and you don't believe in God. That's crazy.
No, I don't. No,
but you answered that question.
I know, because that's a negative. You see what I'm saying? Like to call some, because I say people are devils too, even though I don't believe in the devil. You know what I mean? But just so people can understand what I'm saying, I'll be like, that's a devil. I'm just meaning like an evil person, right? But so to say the white man, meaning all white men, white women, white men, whatever, are devils is not intelligent. It's a lazy argument, right? Like to me. So and to say that the black woman is God, I mean, there's more proof of that than there is of all white men being devils. Do you dig what I'm saying? Like,
no, it's not.
Hold on. Let me ask a question, Arthur. Are you basically saying like I'm just trying to make sure that we all on the same page?
No, go ahead.
There's things that black people could say that won't be considered racist, but if a white person say the same thing, it's considered racist.
Exactly.
In short,
exactly.
But there's reasons for that though, and that's what we don't ignore that. Don't ignore the fact that don't ignore our history and act like, well, I don't understand why y'all will feel like that. Like I've gone through this many times on this show and in real life, but my wife is white, right? But and I totally understand how black people look at me, and I totally get why they look at me the way that they look at me. You dig what I'm saying? For me having a white wife, I totally hold on. Let me finish what I'm saying. I totally understand that, right? Mm-hmm. Even though they're wrong, even though they're making terrible assumptions about me or about anybody in a mixed relationship, whatever, I totally understand why they feel like that. You see what I'm saying? Because I understand our history and our plight. So I don't hold it against them. I wish we were beyond that, but we're not. So I just accept it as a fact. I don't need to, to me, it doesn't make any sense to sit there and say like, to try to play dumb and act like, well, I don't get why black people, like, we call each other gods because they've been calling us niggas for 400 years. So we trying to combat that shit.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Who's the
racist white people? Racist white people.
So how did we get here? Wait. How did we get here to America?
What do you mean? We migrated here. What are you talking about?
Wait.
We were captured, we were sold, and some of us already were here for
okay, yes. Oh, there you go. Yes. Some of us were captured and some of us were brought over here, but the vast majority of us was already over here.
Okay, so how do we get to the position to where they now own the land? Look, you're saying that this was our land first, and now they own it.
Yes. And
you're also saying we come from another land that they know nothing about, and they captured us there. How did that happen?
Did it though. I know, bro. We go through this all the time. I already know.
We're not going through. No, this is the first time we're going slow.
Black people help capture black people in Africa for sure. It makes perfect sense. It doesn't make any sense to think that a white man came from Europe, doesn't know the fucking land, and just somehow magically captured tens of thousands of black people.
So I go back to the point is, what is racism?
Racism
Is racism about a color?
Yes, literally, it's about a race.
So it's only two races. It's black and white.
No. There's only one race technically, but if
okay.
you're talking in this bullshit that they made up, there's three races. There's Mongoloids, Caucasoids, and Africanoids. So there's three races.
Actually, racism was made up. Race is made up. There's no such thing
I
as
just
race.
said that.
I know.
Said that right
no,
now.
racism is a made up word. Racism doesn't exist.
I know, bro. I know this. No, it does exist. No, it does exist though. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make.
Why would one color sell the same color to another color? What was that called?
For money.
Oh, so it's not racism.
It was right. What do you mean? When they sold when they sold
right, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Let him intervene. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're trying to say that it was the same. It was the same function. If a black person sold a black person in the slavery, then it would have to be considered racism if a white person were to do this for a white person taking a black person. Since they were doing the same act, you're saying how can we give it different names?
Yes, that doesn't make that's not how it actually ended up playing out though.
Break it down, Pete.
Once again, there was white slaves, literally Slavics were slaves. That's where the word slave came from. Slavics were slaves.
It was actually black slave owners too.
Okay, cool. Not denying that either. There was a handful of black slave owners.
The first legal slave owner was black.
Okay, cool. The first legal slave owner was black. Cool. The point is that by and large, you like to get hung up on these like little one-off things and act like that. Then that like totally nullifies the whole debate of racism. Like, oh, there was a black man that did it, therefore it couldn't be this. Like, no, that's not how it works.
All right, let me explain. Let me bring it to modern days. And not to cut you off, but keep talking, bro. Trust me, I'm gonna bring it all in full circle. Just keep going, because I want you to explain.
And look, and just if you're just watching, we're talking about how Donald Trump congratulated Nick Bosa, and he didn't congratulate Kyler Murray, who went first, and Nick Bosa went second. A lot of people are equating it to race, saying that that Donald Trump didn't, that he's trying to identify with his base by going straight with Nick Bosa. And before we go too far, I will give my stance on it. I think he just did it because Nick Bosa is a Donald Trump fan. I think if Kyler Murray said some good things about Donald Trump, he would have said some good things about Kyler Murray too. Go ahead, you guys.
Wait, no, can you wait before you go on? Can you equate it to the Sam? That's what we equated it to.
Oh, go ahead.
Michael
Explain
Sam.
it. Say it again. Say what you were saying again about Michael Sam.
It's equivalent to what Barack Obama actually called Michael Sam on the phone. He called him and said, "You're brave." He actually called. Michael Sam was a 6th round pick. Bosa was actually a 2nd overall pick. So it's like apples and oranges, what you're trying to compare it to. And you also have to understand that Donald Trump is the greatest troll to ever live.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
So he's actually
the greatest
100%
ever.
He
is
doing
awesome.
exactly
He is awesome at trolling.
He's doing what Barack Obama did, but in white skin. So he's like, Barack Obama did it. Why are you blaming me? And trust me, I do not like. Wait. Let me clarify my word. I voted for Barack Obama in 2008. Wait, am I broken up?
No, you're good. I'm showing the screen.
Okay. I voted for Barack Obama in 2008, and I literally had a tear come down my eyes when he got voted. So
I ain't gonna lie. When Donald Trump, I'm sorry, real quick. When Obama won, even though I didn't vote for him, I cried. I thought it was amazing to see, like, just as a black person, I knew he was gonna be on some bullshit. It was amazing. I couldn't believe it.
Jesse Jackson, they were standing in. I remember they was at Chicago. They was in Chicago in some park. They were standing in the middle of some park in Chicago, and he came out and gave this speech. And Jesse Jackson, the reason why y'all call it yourselves African American is because of Jesse Jackson. He made up that term in 1988 when he ran for president. Don't forget that. Jesse Jackson made up the word. Let me stop using the finger. I'm sorry. Jesse Jackson made up the term African American. So let me remind y'all of that. The man who made up,
I said, fuck Jesse Jackson.
Fuck Jesse Jackson.
I fucking hate Jesse Jackson.
let's just speed it up. What I was just saying is, I was a Democrat in 2008. 2009 came around. I was like, where the fuck is Barack Obama? 2010 came around. I was like, damn, I don't trust this dude. 2011 came around. This nigga said he evolved, and he now agrees with gay marriage and all. He evolved in 2011. By 2012, I voted for Mitt Romney. That's how much I did not like that dude.
Yeah,
and Mitt Romney
a lot of people did that. Yeah,
I was
and a lot of people did that, Art. To your point, a lot of people did exactly what you did. So I totally
by
understand.
2016, I was going to Donald Trump rallies.
Is that right?
Yeah, I got videos.
Hey,
y'all. Am I lying?
Art was selling the MAGA shirts out.
I was selling MAGA shirts for $35 a piece.
Cleaning up off
I was selling out. Black man selling MAGA shirts. Hey, making a killing. Hey, I learned from Donald Trump. I was on my Nipsey Hustle tip. I was on the marathon tip. And I thought that black people would see what was going on, because Donald Trump is not really, he's not really what America thinks he is, white and black.
Is he racist, Art? Because that's the antithesis of this whole conversation.
Okay, now let's get down to this. Let's start it all over. We get back to the point. What is a racist? What is a racist?
A racist is somebody, to me, race is a race, right? Literally.
What is a race? What is a race? Let's start from the beginning.
Who's going to win from one point to the next?
Okay.
Who's going to be able to control resources, or who's going to be able to do the best for their people, right? And so I think a racist is somebody who can control that narrative for somebody else just simply based on a skin color. And so that's what I would say racism is to me.
Okay, so do you know that we were actually winning this race before segregation started?
Yes, I hear a lot of people say that.
The race was this. The race was this. Marriage out of wedlock was 25% in the black community. It was like 50 white men and white women were getting married out of wedlock at like a 50% rate.
Having babies out of wedlock.
Having babies. That's what I meant. Thanks for correcting me.
Yeah. We're
now the total opposite. When we switched to Democrat, we're now the total opposite. Let me finish. Also, welfare was 25%. But then they made something called the New Deal in 1964. And at the same time, the Jim Crow laws came out. And at the same time, what was his name? What was the worst dude ever? J. Edgar Hoover.
Yeah.
It was Hoover, and it was another guy. I want to say it was Hoover, though.
Lyndon B. Johnson.
Lyndon B. Johnson. There you go.
Yeah, thank you. Two of them. We had Lee Atwater too.
No, Lyndon B. Johnson. There it goes, right there. And do you know why the CIA? Wait, I'm going all over the place.
FBI. Hoover was J. Edgar Hoover was FBI.
Okay, I don't want to go all over the place, but I'm glad y'all follow me, and I'm glad y'all understand what I'm saying. Well, what I'm saying is there was a definite thing over black people. It was something that definitely happened to us. It's documented.
Yeah. And so when you call that racism, like, what the fuck, nigga?
Yeah,
like
that's racism.
Yeah, that was racism.
But see, that's the liberal Democrat.
I'm not, bro. Here's what I'm saying, Art. Me and you already know this. You and me agree like 90% of the time on shit. Where we split, where we diverge is your reasoning, though. Your logic is you think that you have to pick either left, quote unquote, left, meaning Democrat, or right, meaning Republican. I'm of the train of thought, like, fuck both of them. They're both two wings on the same fucking bird. That's what I be saying. So if you can stop, like, as soon as you give up both of the parties and be like, that shit, both of them equal white supremacy, both of them equal, you know what I'm saying, anti-blackness, which they do. With both of it, like, neither one of them give a fuck about the working class. Neither one, you know, you just go down the line, right? As soon as you like understand that, then we would agree like 100% of the time. I guarantee you. But you still you like caught up in this like Democrats are shitty. So yeah, go.
No, not to cut you off. I'm sorry, my brain just works so fast.
No,
No,
go.
you don't gotta say that all the time. Art, that's what we're doing. We just having respectful dialogue, and sometimes you have to jump in.
And I appreciate this. I mean, I have to say this. I'm so glad to be on this platform with you, respectful gentlemen, bro. But look, I'm gonna say this right here. You think it's right and left. I look at it as death and life. See, because the reason why I am right is because that's the side of life. Shit. Don't do this. Don't do this. Okay. All right. They cut that shit off. Sorry about that.
You good.
It's the side of death and the side of life. And that's the right and left wing. You remember on your post, I put 5 reasons why the government is chooses why it's a left and a right wing party. Those 5 reasons were death and life. If you look at it and read it again.
And look, Art, speaking of his post, we're gonna go ahead and bring it. And this was
Go ahead.
of today's
Hey
conversation.
man, you bitches with this computer, bro. This is what I like.
Yeah, this is what a lot of what the conversation was. I seen Arthur on there making some good points, Prince making some good points, and this was a post that Prince posted up earlier. Prince, you want to go ahead and give us context on what your post means, and we'll talk about it and scroll down to see what some other people have to say too, just so we could get into it.
Good job, bro.
Okay. Yeah. So if you see the top, it says perception, right? And in America, what that means is, like, in America, we have this perception that things that are wildly popular amongst the general population, like things like healthcare for all and ending wars and free quote unquote free college, programs like that, anything like that, right? We consider those things to be quote unquote far left. As if you can look at the picture, it'll because that's what Bernie stands for. Elizabeth Warren, is kind of on that tip. People think Obama was on that. People feel like Hillary was on that. Biden's a centrist. I believe that's Jeb Bush. I can't really see his face. That looks like Mitch McConnell right there next to Jeb Bush. And then Donald Trump and then Stephen Miller is to the far right.
My guy knows his politics, man.
So
but I disagree with what you're saying.
But no, it's not. I mean, I'm reading this thing. It's not even like I'm saying it or not. I agree with it.
You're right with the names, but you're wrong with the politics.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. What do the reality parts say down there, Prince?
And then the reality says that Bernie is closer. He's a little left of the center. Meaning the center is, if you think about it like this, if you think about the center, meaning what do most Americans want, right? Think about that. Fuck with the politics.
Don't do that.
Right?
Don't do that.
No, I'm trying to tell you that this is what
Let him finish setting it up real quick, Arthur, and then you could jump in, Art, and tell.
So all I'm saying is I'm turning my phone back off. So if the signal messes up, I'll turn it back off and I'll get back on my thing. I got to turn my phone on so I can do my Googles and shit.
Okay, now you'll be good. Go ahead. And if you tell me to, I'll Google it for you at the same time if you need to. But go ahead.
Yeah. So if you look at this thing, it's the center is what the majority of Americans want. That's the way that I would understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like when I look at this chart, right? Because the media would have you think that people want this pragmatist to be in office, that they want this.
That's a big word.
Person
break down that word. That's too big.
So they want a person that's what's a better word for?
Pragmatic.
Yeah, I mean pragmatic, but people wouldn't. I guess if you're saying that's a big word, then people wouldn't understand what pragmatic means. But I would say that they want an incrementalist, which is somebody who is like little at a time. A little bit at a time, right? So we gotta tweak this here, we gotta tweak that there, like no radical changes.
That's what Obama was. I'm sorry.
Yes, no, I know, and that's my point. So if you look down at the reality of it, the majority of Americans, like I was saying before, they want health care for all. 70% of Americans want health care for all, right?
That's
The
a lie.
majority of them.
That's a lie.
It's, oh, all right, man. I'm going off of the last 10 polls I was taking. The majority of Americans want Medicare for all. It's not a lie. 80, close to 80% of Americans want to end the wars, which is also true. Like you could just like they want an education. And when you say that's a lie, it just doesn't make any sense because you're telling me that the majority of Americans who don't have health care and mixed in with people who do have health care, but like my mom, for an example, she has health care. She needs to get a surgery, but they only pay 80-20. They only pay for 80% of her procedure. So if her procedure costs $100,
wait, who's the they? Who's the they we're speaking of? Who's the they?
The insurance company in this particular case would be the they, right? So they.
No.
Oh God.
Who's the they in the 80-20?
I just told you the 80 is the insurance company in this particular case. And
who's the 20? Who's the 20?
My mom. She would have to pay 20% of her procedure. So why are anybody that thinks that this isn't true, just use it. I mean, even though the polls say it's true, I'm saying like even if you want to debate it, you can't logically.
So what would you want to happen? What would be your?
I would want the same thing that's happening in every major developed country around the world, which is universal health care, meaning get rid of private insurance companies who just do insurance for profit, who practice medicine for profit and push that shit. Get rid of that and let the government take over. And then
wait.
And cut out the middleman.
The government. What is the government? Do you think the government is crooked? Do you think the government? Wait. You want to put health care on the government? You want the government to take care of it?
The corporate, the people who own the insurance companies are more crooked than the government. So yes, I would trust the government over the insurance company.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, look, Prince. I scrolled down a little bit, and this was where the post kind of got interesting. R said, "Do you even know what right wing is? No way, Obama was right wing. He's a far lefty."
There you go, bro.
So
go ahead.
Break it down.
Let's start there. Hey, so look. I'm gonna give you 5 things that separate the parties. It's only 5 issues that separate the parties because everything else is debatable. No? All right, give me your 5. I'll give you my 5. Go.
I don't even know if I have 5, but I can name things that like what the things that, well, you can name your things and I'll
no. The point of doing this is, let me give my premise, because I'm gonna say what is right and what is left, and we're gonna figure out what side Obama is on. So to make him a right wing,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, go ahead.
This is gonna be a very interesting exercise right here. We go. Let's break it down. Then this is go.
Hold on. Hey, can you bring that back up? Can you bring that back up? Other than that, I have to get back on this because I don't want to say nothing out of context. Hold on.
I got you. I'll bring it up and I'll leave it up and we'll just scroll through it if you.
No, because I actually stated it in that comment, and I want to. I don't want to.
Yeah, you want to make sure you say it verbatim. You don't want to paraphrase this one.
Yeah, and I don't want to misquote myself or double talk. So if you could bring that up again, it's in this comment a little bit down.
All right, let me open the replies and scroll down.
Capitalism there. Left. I saw something that I should have added that. Okay.
And right now we breaking down whether Obama was a liberal,
right wing or left wing.
Yeah, right wing.
And we're breaking down the wings. We're breaking down what are the wings. And if you're listening, separate yourself from any party and just figure out what side you on. When I name these things off, separate yourself from any party and just say, okay, I agree with this. I agree with that. Personally, there it goes right here. I'll give you right here. Stop, my brother.
Right there.
I said this. I'll give you the top 5 differences in the 2 parties that I'm gone for real this time, because I had to spend time with my son, who actually didn't come home. My grandma kept him. My mom kept him, so he's with his grandma tonight. So I really
shout out grandma.
Shout out grandma. I love her to death, man. My mom. Anyway, abortion, pro-choice versus pro-life. if you're what side are you on makes you right wing or left wing. That's one of the major functions. Government aid and government assistance, i.e., welfare and i.e., government assistance and welfare policies. And I meant to put taxes. So if you willing, like here goes an example. You are a left wing Democrat if you want to tax gas prices in order to pay for the streets to get fixed.
Okay.
That's what happened in California. But we got taxed. Wait, I'm gonna keep moving. The third one is gun control. Bun B just had somebody break into his house, and the way he fended him off was with a gun. But gun control would say we're gonna take away guns. That's
not what gun control is saying.
Okay, what is gun? Okay, let me break it down. That's 3.
So yeah, keep going.
Yeah, let's get through the 5 and then we can break those down.
Yeah. The second one is the gay agenda, meaning gay, and people don't believe in it. It's a gay agenda, but the agenda means gay marriages and gay restrooms, etc. Anything that falls under a gay marriage, gay restrooms, and teaching your kids about being gay in the 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st grade. Mm-hmm. And then the last one that I named, I said it used to be a bipartisan issue, but ever since Trump became in office, it's now either you're for it or against it, either you're right or left, and that is border security.
Okay.
So give me something outside of that Obama was. Tell me how Obama was not that and how Trump is that, and name me one thing in there that Obama was that would make him a right winger. Please go.
I mean, based on once again, I mean, but we first of all, we haven't established, like I don't agree that that's what makes you left or right. So
okay, give me yours. I'll give you mine.
So what makes you left or right is what makes you a progressive first and foremost, and what makes you a right winger, which is a conservative. That's what. So let's use those two terms.
Wait, do you know what a conservative is?
Yes, I do know what a conservative is, and I know what a progressive is.
What is
a conservative is somebody who.
What does it say?
What is a conservative? A conservative, typically speaking, if we're talking about in this country, because we have to be specific, right?
What is a conservative?
Because conservative means different things in different places. A conservative is a person who holds traditional values, whose ideals are of traditional values, right?
And what's the tradition? What's the tradition?
Tradition in this country is, honestly, is rooted in Judeo-Christianity. So a lot of like you were saying, like the anti-abortion and all that shit is wrapped up in religious dogma. You know what I'm saying? So one thing, just real quick. So gun control isn't they want to take away your guns. Gun control is control, not the word says control. It doesn't say take away your guns. Gun control is you don't need a fucking AK-47. Didn't say you can't have a shotgun. Didn't say you can't have a handgun. It's just saying nobody needs a fucking machine gun. Nobody needs that. Like it's
why
cool
not?
If you got a fucking.
Why? Wait. If 7 people broke into my house with handguns, with knives, if 7 people broke into my house right now, it's me and my girl in here. She's sleeping on the couch. If 7 people broke in here with, I need a machine gun because I'm gonna shoot all of y'all real quick and it's over.
Yeah, and that's like one of the most rare things to ever happen. So
that's rare. That's rare.
So 7 people breaking in your home, yes, that's really rare.
Okay, all right, 3 people.
Extremely rare.
A home invasion.
3 people. A home invasion. Cool. You could fend off a home invasion with 1 gun. But anyways, though, back to my point. So what ends up, it's not even about that. If you're speaking for these extreme scenarios, but the majority of the time, what's going to happen is that those very powerful weapons are going to be used to kill lots of people, like in mass shooting, like what just happened today in San Diego.
And now you're being extreme. You're being extreme.
That's not extreme. These things
because
literally
most
happen.
black people get killed by handguns.
I didn't. Once again, you're just jumping.
Okay,
You're like
so
making up arguments.
we get killed by handguns, one gun, and you're trying to make it seem like mass shootings is what kills us as a people. I'm focusing
No, I didn't. You literally you are just making that up. I didn't even say anything like that. Don't like. I do this all the time, and people get caught up in this. Don't straw man. You don't have to create straw. Like it'll never work with me.
Yeah,
this is being recorded.
Earlier.
Yeah, don't do that with me. I pay attention. Like that shit is. I'm not saying
literally
anything
did
like
that.
that. I never.
But you literally did that, bro. I just turned the table on you.
Okay. You're trying to, but anyways, though. So it's all I'm saying is that a machine gun is more than likely gonna be used more than what you're talking about, because I haven't heard of many home invasions where somebody just so happen to have a machine gun and 7 people or 5 people just so happen to break in their home and they warded off 5 people. If you could bring up one story like that a year, I would be shocked. But there are
Sean Taylor. They broke into his house with a knife.
Okay.
And I think
that was 14 years ago, and that happened. And like I said, if you could bring up one scenario a year, I said bring it up. Bring it. I literally don't make up these one-off scenarios. What I'm saying is that
all I need is one.
Mass shooting. No, you don't need one, because how many mass shootings have there been this year? To year
probably
one,
probably like 4 or 5. But how many handgun shootings has it been in Chicago? Wait, how many handguns?
I'm not debating that. Arthur,
and
there
right
are more
now,
handguns than there are machine guns.
Go ahead.
Of course,
we break it down the difference in between a conservative or conservatism and liberalism, correct?
Yeah.
Or
so let's move on. Let's move on.
5 things. We're talking about the 5 things that Art said made somebody a conservative.
Yeah, and the reason why I wanted to bring up the gun shit is because the majority of conservatives are for comprehensive gun control as well. They believe.
Wait, can I ask this question?
They believe in background checks. They believe in banning fucking machine guns. The majority of people. That's what I'm saying. So that is.
I believe in that.
Yeah. Okay. So that argument, what you're saying, is bullshit, because that's not. These are not only the 5 differences.
But see, liberals don't even believe in background checks when it comes to voting. You guys don't even. Wait, now you.
Why do you need a background check to vote? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
If I say you need an ID to vote, that's called voter suppression.
And that's
something
right there. That's a split between the liberals and the conservatives. So that is something good to talk about. Why? So is that
no? That's not though. That's not though. Voter suppression happens. Voter suppression happens on both sides. Democrats voter suppress and Republicans voter suppress. Republicans they suppress Black people though, specifically. That's who they target the most. Black people and Mexicans.
I want to hear this argument, please. How? Just say how. Don't say nothing without saying how. Go, please.
Because you just named one of the things that they do, which is that ID law, and they
wait.
The majority.
Have you ever?
You gotta let me finish. You gotta let me finish.
I'm sorry. Go
ahead. Hey, all right.
So
the Johnson said, like, take your time like the church folks. So take your time. We got it. Go ahead.
Yeah, take your time. It ain't no need to rush. Yeah. So voter suppression. I'm sorry. The ID laws specifically target Black people. Doesn't mean that only Black people are affected. That's not how any law in America works.
Hold on, Art.
It's not semantics.
Don't forget what you're gonna say. So
listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. This is not semantics, man. If you listen to what I'm saying and stop trying to argue, you would understand. So basically, these laws no law in America specifically targets any one race of people. That's not how it works. It can't work like that. So what they do is they say, hey, we know, numbers tell us that a lot of Black people in these neighborhoods don't have identification. It costs money to get ID.
Wow, you just said that?
I'm not making it up. That's literally.
That was racist. What you just said.
It's not racist. It's a proven statistic. It's not. I'm not making it up.
Okay.
So get on your Googles. Get on your Googles right
Go
now.
call one of your black friends and ask them to go to the club tomorrow.
That's a dumb argument. I don't do anecdotal arguments, bro. I don't do that.
Why
I'm
would
telling you? That doesn't make any sense.
You created an anecdotal argument and then said you don't do it. You just said
I'm not making an anecdotal argument. There's literally
that was racist what you just said.
All right, Prince.
Imagine a white person saying that.
Let's let him make his point real quick, P, and then you fill in with what you think after.
No, I'm sorry.
I haven't even finished making my point though.
No, I'm sorry. This shit gets hot. What you said was wrong. No. That's racist what you saying, bro.
All right, look, Art, just don't forget where you want to say, and then and come back.
Help me out.
But I got you.
All right.
I'll keep the points for you too. Go ahead, Prince.
Thank you.
So I don't acknowledging that or they research this shit before they enact all of these rules and shit. They've done the research. They know how can we get them? Okay, a lot of black people in these poor neighborhoods, they don't have identification. It costs a lot of money to them, whatever. They run the numbers. They go, boom, that's how we're going to get them. Because that seems simple, right? All you got to do is get an ID. All you got to do is have a valid ID. That's all you need to vote, right? And then they go, boom, that's what we're going to do. Then they pass this law, and then that's voter suppression. There you go. And then who does it affect the most? Black people. Of course, there's white people that don't have IDs too. There's poor white people that don't have IDs, but by and large,
like a white liberal, bro. And I'm trying to be quiet, but
all right, yeah, P. Let's let him get in.
Go. He can go.
What you just said was so racist. What you're saying is black people aren't smart enough to have $31. An ID costs $28. A driver's license is $31 in California. Black people have enough money. We boycott Gucci. Gucci is
now you gaslighting me. First you were straw manning me. Now you gaslighting me. But keep going.
No, what you just did was
go ahead, Art. Let him get his MP, and then, like I said, you can do.
I'll let him go.
Well. Go ahead.
Go.
No, because what you did was very disrespectful to me as a black man. What you just said was, wait, what do we do? Do we boycott Gucci or do we argue about voter suppression by not being able to afford a $31 ID? Because we can't do both. Because
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about right now. What are you saying?
A Gucci shirt is $300. To boycott that means you would no longer buy that. Meaning you bought that before, and so when you boycott the bus, that means you stop riding the bus. That means you rode it before and you stopped doing it. That's a boycott. So black people said we were going to boycott Gucci, meaning we can afford it, but we're going to stop doing it.
I never bought anything from Gucci in my life.
I got a pair of Gucci shoes. I'm about to wear it to the Dominican Republic. I got a pair. But look, what I'm saying is, you're saying that we're not even to the point to where fuck boycott. We should know nothing about Gucci because we can't afford a $31 ID. $31 for an ID, which everybody should have. Which, if you're on welfare, you have to have an ID to be on welfare. 25% of us is on welfare. You have to have an ID. So I'm trying to figure out what percentage of these people that you're actually disrespecting, that's saying they don't know, they're not smart enough, are these bums? Like who? Because I can't find this number that you're trying to create. You're trying to create a number of black people who are just not smart enough to have an ID. Where are these people at?
Prince, why do the voter ID affect black people more than affect every other people if everybody would have to have an ID?
I already went through this. I don't understand why. Like I don't know if is he deliberately not listening to what I'm saying, but I don't want to keep going over and over.
I'm emotional. You got me emotional. I'm sorry.
I don't know why stating the fact makes you emotional.
That's like a fact that black people are not dumb enough to buy an ID. No, I don't know not one black person without an ID.
That's what you're doing.
Why would it be harder for black people to get IDs than it will for other people?
Hey, have you ever been to the DMV and saw racism? Have you ever went to the DMV and saw a racist Ku Klux Klan member standing in front of there and said, you can't go get your, like, where is this racism at the DMV? Like, how is racism at the DMV, bro? That's just, what you saying sounds crazy.
Okay, so I know because you obviously don't know what you're talking about right now. So if you researched it, it's really easy. It's not hard. You can look it up. I'm not gonna go back and forth about this. We're literally wasting a gang of time on something that is verified 10 times over. A good amount of black people, not the majority of black people, don't have IDs, but specifically voter suppression laws happen in specific places. It's not by mistake. That's what I'm saying. They pick and choose certain places. They know in this place, it's more than likely, or it's a high probability that a lot of people aren't going to have IDs.
Can we do an ID challenge tomorrow? Let's do an ID challenge.
Bro, you
Ask
could play
every black
whatever.
person.
You could play. I don't know black people I don't know poor black people that live in Mississippi personally. I don't know them. I don't know poor black people in Alabama. I don't know poor. I don't. I'm telling you, I don't.
I know why. Prince brings up those places is because when you hear about the voter suppression, that's like where they say voter suppression happens more in rural black areas.
Yes. Why do you think that is? Like, I'm not making this up. That's why it's happening like that. Why don't they do vote? Why can't they do that same shit in California, Art? Because what you're saying is true in California. The vast majority of black people have IDs in California.
No, wait. Voter fraud goes down in California because we have more illegal immigrants in California.
Once again, see what I'm saying? So I do this. It's so funny. It's a consistent theme when I talk to right-wing people. You guys literally
don't do me like that.
No, I'm dead serious because I'll be on this show. You can ask Tyrone.
Wait. If you're gonna call me right wing, can you explain why I'm right wing?
Republican? Because you're a Republican and they're right.
But why? What values? What? Because I believe I don't believe in abortion. Values. Because I believe in the Second Amendment.
You're saying it. Why?
I believe it should be a border. That makes me right wing.
I don't think that the debate is there shouldn't be a border. I think the debate is there shouldn't be a fucking big ass gate put up because it's a waste of money because everybody knows that the majority of illegal, quote unquote, illegal.
What's more of a waste of money? Taking care of the people that come over here or building the wall to prevent people to come over here?
The biggest waste of money is building a wall.
Okay. So you believe
people are going to come regardless.
You believe in treating cancer instead of preventing cancer from even happening?
No, I believe if you want to so that's a great point. Yes, I believe in eradicating cancer. So do you know how we would stop people from coming to America? If America stopped
giving away free shit.
No, that's not what works because Mexico has free healthcare.
All right, now is that one of the differences in between a Republican and a conservative and a liberal? Is what some people would say giveaways or the social net, the social service net.
That was like my number two. If you go back, I said government assistance and taxes. Go ahead.
So on that, so real quick, so to finish on what I was saying on if you want to cure the cancer, you cure the cancer by let's say what's happening in Venezuela, right? Or what's happening in I believe it's in Ecuador. Where no, it's not in Ecuador because that's where I can't remember what.
Remind me, I want to say something to you after this. Okay?
What South American countries that I'm thinking I might be getting mixed up. Anyways, though, so we can speak about Venezuela. If you look at what's happening in Venezuela, you look at the sanctions that America put on Venezuela that is putting Venezuela in this position. These are things that are driving immigrants.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I mean that's what happened. So if you and the reason why America is putting sanctions on Venezuela is because America wants the oil in Venezuela, which the Trump administration has admitted on TV in broad daylight, said it on Fox News. You can look it up, you can Google it yourself. He said it. He was like, yeah, they have a lot of oil down there. We want to get to it.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
Come on, man. So this is the difference between a progressive and a conservative because
what I'm saying is what you're saying to Venezuelans are so weak that they can't fight for their own country, and we do what they want. So look, I'm gonna compare Venezuela to, let's just say I got another household over here, and I tell this other dude, I'm about to come to your house and take your wife because your wife is my wife can't get pregnant like your wife can. So I'm gonna go get your wife pregnant. What you gonna do? What are you gonna do to prevent that? Is it my fault that you can't take care of your wife?
Man, what the hell are you talking about? That's not. This is crazy. I don't even want to entertain these kind of conversations. That's a way. It's a waste of time, man. What are we talking about? It doesn't make any sense.
It sounds like artists saying that Venezuela isn't capable of taking care of themselves.
Exactly.
They are capable of taking care of themselves if America.
Why do they need sanctions from us? Excuse me.
What are you talking about? Why do they need?
Why are you mad that we sanctioning them? If we sanction them, they can take care of themselves. They need us.
Do you know what's happening with the sanctions? Like, I don't understand. Do you know what the sanctions are?
It don't matter. I can't sanction your household.
You should know what they are, though.
No, it don't matter. I can't sanction your household. Something going on in your household if I sanction your house.
You can if you control everything around. What the fuck are you talking about? Do you know that we get? Hold on. So do you know that we get? Do you know that America gets a lot of its oil from Venezuela? Did you know that? Did you know that Citco is owned by Venezuela?
I don't care where we get our oil from.
But it matters though. And do you know that America has not been paying Venezuela? So what the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know that. I don't know that.
So don't talk on shit you don't know then. What do you talking about?
You guys, look, let's get back to breaking down why Obama is a right winger. Because that's how we got here, Prince. How's he a right winger?
Thank you, sir.
Because Obama does not push for progressive policies that actually comprehensive progressive policies that matter to the majority of people. If you want to talk about
slow down.
That don't affect.
What is progressive policies? First, you have to explain that. You can't just say
progressive policies in America. Once again, there is no progressive in America.
Tyrone, do you see how I broke down conservative policies? I gave you 5 of them.
He's asking for some specific policies, Prince.
Thank you, brother.
I'm about to answer, but he keeps interrupting me as usual. So in America, there is no progressive wing. So the policies that are happening now are things like I said 10 times over: healthcare for all, ending the wars, college for all, voter rights, getting money out of politics, the Green New Deal. These are quote unquote progressive policies right now. These are considered left.
Hey, no. You said a bunch of words, but you said no policy, bro. That's not a policy.
The Green New Deal is literally a policy. It got drawn up. It's passed. What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, the Green New Deal was one policy. That was. I'll give you that one, and that's the most bullshit shit I've ever heard. Green New Deal was one policy. You said, college for all. What does that even mean?
Policy.
College for all.
That you don't know what college for all means. Cool. Then let's go through that. So it means that all state colleges will be free at the point when if you want to go to school. So you see, for an example, all the UCs will be free for students. All the Cal States will be free for students.
What is free? Who pays for this? Who pays the teachers? Because the teachers are not going to show up for free. Who's going to pay these professors?
So you don't understand the term free when it comes to this. So free means at the point of at the point of purchase.
The students go to school for free. Who pays the teacher?
God, this is becoming. I'm about to get off. So
is that not a simple question, bro?
No, you don't let me finish. I just get it's like pointless. Like you ask a question and you just like
All right, let's do this. Yeah. Look, we just both make sure we just give each other equal time to answer.
Yeah.
And as the other person processes their thoughts, we ain't in no rush. We got time. Art, you good? Even Prince, you good? Don't get frustrated with each other. I want to break it down too, because I do want to know. I kind of know I know where Prince is going, kind of, and I know what art means, but I do think it's important to break down the nuance in this. Why somebody would say Obama is a right winger, and it is important.
Prince, I want to apologize to you, bro.
It's all good.
I love debating with you, and I'm glad we got an We got my boy here to intermediate this shit or whatever it's called. But I want to apologize to you. Go ahead.
We good. Go ahead, P.
That's all good. So what I'm saying is that college, for an example, just like healthcare, if you go to your doctor, when they say healthcare for all or free healthcare or whatever, when you go to your doctor now, you pay a copay or you pay your insurance monthly or whatever the case may be. That's not it, all that will be done with. When you go see your doctor, you just go see your doctor. You go out, you just go see your doctor. You're not paying any money. You're not paying anybody anything directly, right? Like you don't go there and pay a copay. You don't, it ain't an 80-20 split. There's none of that shit. It's already been paid for through the taxes, right? So same thing with college. If you want to go to college, it's already paid for through taxes. The teachers are going to be paid. Facilities are going to be everything is covered already. It just means it's free for the student. They don't have to come out of pocket again because the tax is already paid for it. That's all that means. It doesn't mean it's free, literally. Like, no, well, where's the money coming from? Cool. The money's coming from the taxes. We pay 51% of our tax dollars goes to the fucking military industrial complex. Would you be okay if we cut 20% of that shit and pay for healthcare for all without raising your taxes? You see what I'm saying? If we didn't have to raise your taxes, you're already paying whatever, 30%, 35%, whatever, right? Cool. Let's say we kept that same number and instead of paying 51% to fight in these fucking wars, let's cut that in half, do 25% and save 10 trillion for or whatever it is. I mean, they gave Trump, I think 700 billion this year increase on top of what they were giving them, right? So why don't you take that money, cover college for all, cover healthcare for all, because that's how much it would cost a year. You dig what I'm saying?
All
so
right,
that's where the money would come from.
Let's let Art get in. What do you think about that, Art? He's talking about reallocating money instead of raising taxes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what would be the incentive for being the best?
What? Come again? At what?
So if what you're saying is college for all, every college is equal. Every teacher gets paid the same amount of money. What would be the incentive of Yale University being Yale and Cal State Long Beach being Cal State Long Beach? What would be the difference?
Yale is still Yale. Yale is a private.
Why would Yale be Yale if the teacher still gets the same amount of pay? Because it's college for all. You're talking about college for all. See, you
don't understand the concept. Yale is a private school, Arthur. Follow me. Yale is a private school. They can pay whatever.
So wait. You want to do a wait. So you want community? So you want like a welfare system school? You want like a public college system? That's what you want?
Yes. Like we do for high school. Why wouldn't you want that for college? What the fuck? That's common sense.
What has public schools done for us to make us better?
Now you making up. Now you jump into some other shit. I don't even care about that. What would be the
difference between a public high school and a public college? It's just 4 more years of bullshit.
Okay, cool. I'm not gonna have that debate. That's the total. We can have that debate at another time. But let's stick to this. So let's stick to the topic. College for all it differentiates a progressive from a conservative because.
So what is college? What do you mean by college for all? What do you mean by college? Because
that you're just everybody can go to college. That everybody who wants to go to college.
Wait, so you mean a higher level of learning?
Sure, yeah. College.
College means a higher level of learning, right? Somebody has
whatever you want to call it, yes.
Somebody has to teach this.
Okay.
Right? What is their incentive to teaching this higher level of knowledge to these people for this certain pay grade, $60,000 a year? When I can
you're making up stuff.
You're not letting me finish because I'm about to break it all the way down.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Archie.
Right. I'm sorry. Go. Keep going.
If I can go to a private school, let's just say I'm the best teacher in this. Let's just say my name is Ben Carson. I'm the first neurosurgeon. I'm black. His name is Ben Carson.
Okay.
First neurosurgeon. Why would I teach at a public school who pays me at a minimum public school wage, tax money wager, when I can go to a private school and they can pay me whatever the fuck I want? Harvard can pay me whatever I ask for because the students' parents will pay me whatever I demand. So what will be the difference of a neurosurgeon teaching here? And how can you get a neurosurgeon? I'm trying to get you to understand why capitalism works, why this system works. Because money is wait.
It's incentive. You're saying that it takes away the incentive for a person to want to go somewhere if everybody's all on the same basis.
Yes. I'm trying to break that down to you the best way I can because well, you want this school for all, and you think you want this utopia. It sounds good. You want everybody to learn everything, but there is such thing as a supremacy. The great people will go to this school. There will be greats who can go to this other school. And it's the same system that we have. So what I'm saying,
okay, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
No. I don't want to overspeak you because I'm trying to really get you to understand this shit without talking too much or getting too emotional. But you have to understand, you're thinking about a utopia. You're thinking that everybody just gonna have this college. You're thinking that the teachers just want a 60. I want to teach for 100. If I teach, I want to earn as much as I can. Just like a rapper. If I rap, I don't want to rap. I don't want a minimum wage rapping job. I want to be the best. I want to be Jay-Z, $1 billion rapper. If I teach, I want to be the $1 billion teacher. So I'm only going to teach to the people who can afford. Just like that's what Nipsey Hussle did. He sold T-shirts at his marathon shop at $60 to $100. He made a album for $100 a purchase. Excuse me. But what I'm teaching, what he was teaching was capitalism at its finest. If you want to be the best, you have to be able to pay the price. You got to pay the price to be the boss, or pay the cost to be the boss. And that's what us as parents have to understand. Don't have, man, I'm about to preach. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I hope somebody got what I was saying.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying.
Go ahead.
First of all, it's not a utopia because the majority of the world has college for all. So what are you talking about? China has
what majority? Name a greater country than this that has college for all. Name a greater country than this.
I'm not playing a hyperbole game. Greater country.
Hey, you guys, we got somebody that want to join. Salik want to join. I'm gonna bring Salik in, and Art. He's Prince has been on the show with him before. He's a real even guy. You'll enjoy it. He'll bring a lot to the conversation.
Man, trust me. I
love Salik.
I'm just emotional. Prince brings the best out of me, bro.
Prince has a way of doing that to me too.
Yeah.
So I want to say this. So South Korea has college for all. France does. Every European country does. Mexico does. Brazil does. Like countries that are way poorer than America, that don't have the means America has, they all have this. So they all have healthcare for universal healthcare. Brazil has universal healthcare. Germany has universal healthcare.
Can I tell you one thing that they don't have that America has?
What?
You can be the best, and you can be paid for being the best.
This is not true. They function in a capitalistic society as well. Just like we.
Name one other country.
Hold on. Just like this country isn't this country isn't 100% capitalistic. This country has elements of socialism and capitalism mixed together. So there is like your logic for this.
Yeah, no. We are a democratic republic. That's true. We are definitely a democratic republic, but socialism does not exist in America. Don't say that.
Yes, it does. There's what do you think Social Security? Literally, the word social is in Social Security.
You want that? I'll give you that. We do, and
I disagree with
that part. No, you do.
Come on, man. It's not. I'm not here. I'm trying to tell you. I'm not
making
this.
I disagree with that part. You're right.
Free lunch. free lunch is a socialistic program
But
as
do
well.
you see how I can agree with you when you right and I say you right? Can I get that?
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah, I would agree, Arthur. Trust me. When you're right, I
you're
will
right.
agree with you. But you haven't been
But
right.
that's left
You've been
wing.
making
What you're saying
you've
is
been
left
making
wing.
you've been
That's a
you've been
left
making
wing
stuff
argument.
up. However you want to call it, brother. I'm just telling you real life shit that's really going on. Everything I'm saying. I hope anybody out there that's listening to this. I want y'all. If you disagree with me, I'm not. I don't have no. I'm not reading anything. This is just shit that I've read. Y'all can look this shit up
I'm
right now.
straight off the top,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying? You can look. You
I
can
done
look
went
this
to the
shit up right
movie
now.
and the Dodger game in the same day, bro. I'm
Yeah, I'm
taking
just,
shots.
I'm just saying that this shit it ain't rocket science, man. The college for your kid to where you don't have to pay for it extra out of pocket in the wealthiest
But
country
who
in the
pays
world.
for it? Who pays for
Oh
it?
my God, we already went through this, man. I'm not going through
Prince
this
was
no more.
saying he said, okay, Arthur, would you be okay with taking some of the money that's set aside in the Pentagon for wars and moving that over to pay the tax burden for the for education for everybody?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because I don't know what war you talking about.
Any war. We shouldn't be in any war. So who
Nah,
cares what war?
I don't agree with that. Because if you come
Okay,
bomb
cool.
my country, we're going to war. If you come,
but nobody has bombed America though. So what are you talking about?
Wait. So
No country has dropped a bomb in America ever on
I don't want to
American
go there
soil.
with you. I don't want to
bomb
go.
America though.
I don't want to go.
America did.
Okay.
America has bombed
well, let's
America.
Go to war with it. Let's
America
go to war with
has dropped the bomb.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go to war.
But I wish we would.
All
Niggas
right,
is scared.
Niggas
is scary.
Nipsey Hussle got killed by a nigga from 60. Should he go to war or what?
Oh shit! Here we go. I'm not invoking Nipsey Hussle in this conversation.
But I'm saying war is war. What is war? War. Your enemy is your war.
You just said,
and I don't mean no disrespect to Nipsey,
drops a bomb. You just said if a country drops a bomb,
or if your own country does
country,
if an enemy of the state, of the state,
America has dropped a bomb on
civil
Americans.
War. It's called a civil war. I'm willing to go to a civil war.
Yeah, whatever.
War is war.
Okay, cool. So we agree. Yeah, great. Let's go. But the wars that we're fighting in right now, America's fighting in, like in Yemen, like in Somalia, like in Syria, all these proxy wars we're in, fighting against fucking Russia, but we're in Syria, like all that bullshit. We don't need to be in any of that shit. And we spend 10 times, we spend more money on our military than the next 10 countries combined. So even if we cut it by half, we would still spend more money.
And look, and if you guys are watching, check this out. This is the American standard of the difference in between conservatism and liberalism, exactly what they're talking about right now. If you listen to it, and I'm talking about the American standard, Prince, going back to what we were talking about earlier. It's a little bit different on the world stage, but in an American standard, if you guys aren't paying attention, a lot of the things that they're talking about is the difference in what people would believe a traditional conservative and a traditional liberal would be. Things like wars, walls. Go ahead, artist, on you.
I'm sorry, man. For the record, I'm not a liberal.
I'm just saying,
and I'm not a conservative.
Right. That's why I was sure to say traditionally these things would be considered those.
But can I what I will say is what everybody used to hear when they said, well, me and Prince are doing, this is a civil war what me and him are doing. It's not an actual war, because they said the war will not be televised. It will be on YouTube and on Facebook. What me and him are doing is actually battling back and forth our differences. It don't matter if I'm liberal or if I'm conservative, whatever we're doing, it's the war of the mind. And that's what is at war right now. It's the war of the mind. And that's what I want people to understand. Don't be afraid to engage in war, because the war is mental. Right now, we are at a mental warfare, and it's all of the mind. And don't be afraid to engage in it, because you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. You're going to lose some battles, You're gonna win some battles. But at the end of the day, us as a people, we're gonna win the war. And right now it's a civil war.
I'll tell you this. Mhm.
Go ahead.
I'll tell you this. I'm never engaged in a battle with a Republican and lost. Because what's happening right now is the stuff you're saying isn't really
Nigga,
like,
don't walk around eating cereal,
really
nigga. You about to lose, nigga. This nigga trying to walk around
cereal,
eating
nigga.
oatmeal like he like
This ain't no cereal, nigga. This
oatmeal like he just about to win this war. Nah, nigga,
this ain't even a war, brother. This is a lesson. It's a lesson right here. It's a lesson right here, man.
I'm teaching you.
This ain't even no battle, man. I
haven't pulled out my belt yet. I haven't pulled out my belt yet.
I don't gotta make shit up. I don't have to assume anything. I don't have to use straw man arguments. I don't have to gaslight you. None of that shit. All I'm telling you is real life shit that you can look up right now after we get off and be like, look up the voter ID.
All we doing. All we're doing is me and you, we're really not even talking to each other. We're talking to the people. It's their job to Google what we saying.
And decipher.
Now you need to Google what I'm saying though, because you was making some shit up. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You got some false information.
You about to win.
You got some bad information, brother. And I'm imploring you.
Oh, you talking to the crowd. You sound like
I implore you. I'm not. I'm talking to you.
Prince, a lot of what I'm getting out of it is you're saying that Obama was a right winger because of the things that he didn't do. He didn't enact enough policies that would be considered left-wing policies.
No.
Before you answer, Prince, hold on. Tyrone, can I say something to you?
Certainly.
He still hasn't explained. We've been on the phone for 2 hours. He still hasn't explained how Obama is the right wing. I broke down the right wing side.
That's not what the right wing side is, man. That's what you are trying to push.
Okay, it's your turn. Go. So why is he a right wing? Why? Go.
All right, Prince.
Obama got us in 5 new wars. That's right wing bullshit right there. Obama furthered. He grew the surveillance state. The Patriot Act. That was all under him. So that's the right wing.
Wait, that's Bush. Get after Bush.
No. He
furthered it. It's a right wing thing.
He furthered it.
War. Yeah. Okay, so war. Trump got us out of war. Trump is getting us out of war. So
no, he hasn't. He hasn't gotten America out of any wars. We're in the same amount of wars that we were in when Obama started.
Okay, so when was the last time you heard of ISIS?
What is? Oh my God! This is what I'm saying, man. If you're gonna say shit, just be honest. I don't care about that. America is still in Syria. America is in Yemen. America is in Somalia. America is in Afghanistan.
Okay, so you added the 6th one. So you got 6 one. War.
I'm not adding any.
I gave you 5. I gave you 5. You're arguing one more. That's 6 wars. Okay, I will give you the.
I just gave you the surveillance. I gave you the surveillance state as well.
That's still war. That's a war. That's a war on your own.
Not war.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me ask a question about the surveillance, Prince, if you don't mind me asking.
Yeah.
That's a right-wing thing? A lot of surveillance, that's wouldn't some people consider that left-wing because it's government intruding in personal people?
No, but because like Arthur just said, who started the fucking Patriot Act? A
I
right wing.
understand who started it, but just because somebody started it, George Bush started it.
No. He didn't start it. No.
Go ahead, Arthur, correct me.
The Patriot Act was an act that was intruded on something that was already going on. The CIA and FBI are all liberal, right wing.
No, what?
I'm lying?
They're not liberal. What are you talking about?
They're all left wing ideology.
Get the hell out of here. They are fascists. They are right wing fascists. What are you talking about? And that's what the government is right now. The government is right wing fascist right now. They're extremely right. They're borderline.
What does fascism mean? What does fascism mean? Wait, stop saying words that you don't know what they mean. What does fascism mean?
I don't know.
No. You're not about to talk to the audience and just say fascism.
Bro.
What is fascism?
You're not about to do this, dog. Fascism.
No, we're gonna do this. We're not
about to do this. We're not about to do this. I'm not about to sit here and waste fucking 10 minutes breaking down everything I say because you want to argue. You know, what are we talking about? America is Donald Trump. Donald Trump is fucking Adolf Hitler.
A fascist. No.
Yes.
No.
He is.
See, you guys are making up more words. That's a fucking dog whistle, bro. When you say a word like fascism, that word does not exist, bro. Where does that word exist at? Fascism.
That word exists in our fucking dictionary, and Donald Trump is a fucking fascist. Donald Trump is a fucking radical right wing. He's an authoritarian. Is he not an authoritarian?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he is. And so, and for the record,
how can a man wait? How can a man, all of the media, there is no media that is for Donald Trump.
That's not true. Fox is. You're making up shit.
Right wing, exactly. Wait.
He's right wing.
Yeah, no.
Read it right there. What did I say it was?
Yes. This word was made up. This is a made up word. It's a made up word.
Every word is made up, Arthur. What are you talking about? Every word is made up word. The hell does that mean? Every word does made up. What the fuck? What does that mean? Fascism is a real word. Donald Trump fits this fucking description right here. Just like I said, he's a right wing authoritarian. Yes. Literally, that's what I just said, and that's what he is.
It's exactly a made up word.
Okay.
It's like Nazism.
Nazism wasn't a made up word. It was a real life thing. It was they followed it. It was an ideology, and they believed in it. And people died under that quote unquote made up word. Just like racism is a made up concept, but people die due to racism. Just like sexism is a real word. But I'm not
gonna go there. The word Jewish was made up in 1946.
Okay, cool. You could just start naming random shit that don't have nothing to do with what we're talking about to seem like you like making some valid point all night. But I'm telling you that fascism is a real fucking thing, and Donald Trump fits the fucking mold. So
it's like racism. It's all the isms. All the isms are made up.
And so did Obama. That's my point. Obama was a fascist as well.
He's made up.
Obama was authoritarian, nationalistic, right-wing system of government and social organization. That's a fascist.
100%.
But but see, there's no right-wing in there. The word right-wing,
no, stop.
That lets you know it's made up. What is right-wing?
Okay, cool.
So
go look up what right-wing is. I don't care. I don't want to have this debate, man. Just because you're right-wing, you can't accept the fact that
right-wing?
are part of the fucking fascist. Okay, I don't care about your definition. I'm talking about the real life definition.
What's yours?
And Obama, the literal definition. The literal definition.
Go.
The literal, not my definition. The literal definition.
What is right wing? What's up, my brother?
What up, Khalid?
What's up, family? What's up, family?
Peace. So the right wing in this country right now is white supremacy, pretty much. That's what the right wing is.
I'm done with that. I'm not about to do that with you because you on some book. I'm not about to do that. Bro.
Yes, and then also
you don't even care to listen.
And then also to real quick. So Obama was an authoritarian. Obama jailed more journalists than any president. Obama bombed more countries than any other president. I mean, dropped more bombs in America.
All right, can we stop? I want to let this brother speak.
Drop bombs. Hold on.
Okay.
Obama.
He giving his reasons why he right wing.
Obama. When the protesters on the 99% was protesting on Wall Street with Occupy Wall Street, he sent the police out there to beat them up and disperse them. That's what Obama did.
That's left wing. You know that. That's left wing.
It's not. That's right wing authoritarianism. Literally, we just read what it went. So stop trying to make it like it's nobody on the left.
Leftists want more police, less guns.
No, that's not true. Neither one of those things. Yeah, less guns. Yes, more police. No, the right wing wants more police.
What?
I'm on the left, baby. I'm on the left.
All right, you guys here. Let's let Salik jump in. Salik, you've been watching, you've been listening.
Peace, family.
What are your thoughts?
Man, my thoughts. Hey, peace, family. What's up with you guys? What's up, Prince? What are you doing?
What up? Shit, man, I'm doing good, man. I'm in here chilling, trying to eat.
What's up, Arthur? How you doing, King?
Man, I'm doing good, bro. I'm a little excited. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Good, Art.
Nah, it's all good, man. That's what's up, brothers. I was listening to the show for a minute, man. You know, I was trying to catch and see where y'all was at, you know, with the talk, with the discussion. You guys are kind of everywhere with it, man. So you know, Soapbox Heroes is a platform and we come on, man, and we have our discussions. And I want to build with y'all, you know what I mean? I want to build with y'all to open up the discussion more on the topic of your topic and then solutions, you know what I'm saying? Like what's the game plan? You know what I mean? Because it's interesting, it's everywhere. I just want to get in with y'all, man, so we can dialogue, so we can you know, pick our brains out.
Can I say this?
What's up, bro?
See, people always ask me, what's the solution? What's the solution?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I gotta diagnose you. So first of all, you gotta admit that it's a problem. First of all, we have to recognize we have a problem.
Yeah.
And the problem is amongst us. So in order for me to give you, see, I can't give you the solution. That's like going to the doctor and the doctor say, you got cancer. And you be like, nah, I ain't got cancer because I ain't never did this. I gotta diagnose you first. And that's the whole conversation I'm having is I'm trying to diagnose the Black community with our problem. And our problem is us. Our problem is not the white man. Because if
Man, get the hell out of here.
if I diagnose you, like let's just say you come to me, the black community coming with a problem. We getting killed. We dying. The black men are dying at a high rate. And I say, the problem is the white man. And you're gonna go out there and you're gonna try to take the white man medicine. You're gonna say the medicine is to be anti-white man. But you still dying. But see, what I'm trying to say is our diagnosis is us. We have to realize what we're doing to us. And it's not just us, it's you as a black man. You as a black father. Are you a father of kids? You have kids?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what our diagnosis is, you have to be a father first. That's what we don't do as black men. Raise your kids. That's what we have to do. Don't raise them to hate another race. Raise them to love themselves. And that's the problem that I have with black people, because we don't raise the black man to look in the mirror and tell him when he's wrong. Because you know what? I done made so many mistakes to my girl. And I can't blame it on a white man because he wasn't there when I made these mistakes. I'm 36 years old. So it's nothing that the white man has done to me. Oh, Prince is gone. There's nothing that the white man has done to me that I can blame on the white man. Everything at 36 is my fault. So what I want black men to do is we have to stop this white man blaming, because it's only going to raise a generation of irresponsible young black men. It's only going to raise a generation of men who were raised by women. And I was raised by my mom up until my dad moved out when I was 16. And my life changed when he moved out. I became a different type of dude. So I realized the difference. And this is me speaking from the heart. As a black man, I understand the importance of black men being black men and speaking how I'm speaking. Because I'm only speaking this way because I'm speaking as an individual and not as a group thinking of all us black men are supposed to do this and we're supposed to come back. No, you cannot save a community. You have to save ourselves. You saw the movie Titanic?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The movie Save your. Okay, I'm gonna do you this. I'm gonna leave you with this, and I'm gonna let you speak because I'm getting emotional. I think I'm hitting the points right now. It was a movie. Halle Berry was the mom. What was the movie? And I said this recently. Halle Berry was the mom. It was the kid. Oh my god. Oh shit.
I don't remember the movie with Halle Berry as the mom.
Hold on. Damn. Hold on, because I have a point. And I'm gonna bring it home with this. Please let me bring it home with you. Please, God. Shit. Okay, she had the kid. Okay, Halle Berry. It was a movie where Halle Berry had the kid. He was a Marine, right? Oh man, hold on. I gotta find this movie. Y'all want to say something real quick? Am I wrong? Anything y'all want to?
Well, what do you think about what he said, Salik, about
Yeah, please.
people focusing so much on white people that we may not be focusing enough on ourselves and diagnosing the problem? And he's saying, you know, we got to focus on ourselves first. What do you think about that? That was a lot. What he said, it was actually it was heavy. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with the terminology that he used. The reason why I agree, because the solution deals with a problem or a difficult situation. And he said that we have to diagnose ourselves, which deals with self-assessment. You see what I'm saying? Which deals with analyzing thyself, viewing thyself, man. And what that does is it allows us to take responsibility for our own actions and be accountable for the consequences. Or be accountable to accept the consequences. He's right, man. He's right. I like to expand on this because I see where he's going with it. He's emotional, he's happy, he's excited, and he wants to build. And he wants to build.
You, brother. Thank you, brother.
Sometimes I think passion could be a good emotion. I think he's passionate. Sometimes the word emotional people take wrong. Well, go ahead, Salik. Sorry about that.
Word, but I get it.
But you know what I mean.
No, I get it. I'm trying to find
an emotion that comes from an expression and passion. You know what I'm saying? So you're good. But nah, man, he's right. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody who's listening to the show now at this point should be tuning in and thinking, because he said some key points. And this may sum up his whole conversation from beginning to now, is that it's a building process and it's about analyzing thyself first, taking responsibility. You know what I'm saying? And then the Black community needs to be holding the Black community responsible for the actions that's going on in our own communities, because we are the reasons why this stuff is happening. T, man, you've been on the phone many times. We talked about a lot of things that's going on in the community, and we promote our own propaganda. You know what I'm saying? We do so many things that's so negative. And what happens is we give media outlets, no matter who's running it, Asian, Korean, Black, white, Arabic, all institutions, we give them the platform to go ahead and just solicit us.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, you know what? Let me say something real quick too, to that effect. And I talk about this a little bit, and I talk about it a lot off air. I don't always necessarily think that it's necessarily white supremacy more than it is capitalism. They're giving us what we want. If we weren't, if we didn't watch Love and Hip Hop, they wouldn't pay to produce Love and Hip Hop. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of things I do think we'll look and we'll say, well, the white man, but we're necessarily fueling those things. And then it even gets to the point to where now you look around, it's a lot of Black people perpetuating the same thing. They're giving it to you too. And it don't have nothing to do with white people. I watch people sit on the internet and they tell you what you want to hear to feed into your anger. And when they do that, they'll just watch you. They're just monetizing off of you, but they're only doing it because you're allowing them to. I always say,
I'm gonna sip some water with you, bro.
Even when we talk about white people or white supremacy, they still have a profit motive in it as well. So if we're not giving into the profit motive, I don't think they do it. I don't think we wouldn't have a Cardi B if Cardi B wasn't selling albums. You see what I'm trying to say? And so a lot of people will strictly say, well, this is all because of white people, but we don't really take credence to the part when we perpetuate it. We propel it. They're only giving us what you asked for.
Propel it, bro. Whew.
Yeah.
Okay, so I found what I wanted to say.
Okay.
2 weeks ago, I watched this movie. It was called Antoine Fisher, right?
Oh, yeah.
It was Antoine Fisher. And I don't know why, but it made me, this is what I compared it to. I compared Antoine Fisher and Halle Berry. Antoine Fisher was Black in America, and his mom was Africa. And I'm going to tell you why I said that. Because his mom gave Antoine Fisher, Halle Berry gave her son away. Didn't want nothing to do with him. His son ended up becoming one of the top Navy SEALs. I'm gonna fast forward. I'm gonna get through the story real quick. He become one of the top. All he wanted to do was impress his mom. And when he came back to his mom, all he wanted was a hug from his mom. And he went back to his mom and said, "Mom, look what I became. I'm one of the top sellers. I'm one of the top Americans in the world. And all I want is a hug." And he went back and his mom was like, "I can't even hug you." And that's blacks. That's in a nutshell, that's blacks with loving our own blackness. And I say that to say is compared to Nipsey Hussle, there's nothing that you can do. Man, hold on.
You got it.
Now I'm getting too deep, and I don't want to get too deep. I don't want to lose nobody. But what I'm saying is, it's not about skin color. It's not about none of this stuff that we trying to make it about. If you want to be the best, bro, you got to be amongst the best. And it's certain things I can't say because it just doesn't come off right. It sounded good in my ear when I saw this movie, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna explain this shit." Watch that movie again, and just think about the love that you have for something that don't love you back, and how you have to let go of that love in order to be the best person. It's a deep feeling. I'm sorry, bro.
No,
I'm sorry.
I think I really do get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Hi, Nasha.
What, for the book?
No.
You there?
Did my boy log off?
Nah, Prince.
Hey,
Yeah, right
Prince is gone.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I dragged that on, but man,
No, you good. Like, this is here for us to be able to dialogue, talk, see other perspectives, and hear each other. Nasha, what do you think about what's going on? Did you hear what Art was just saying about sometimes we don't quite always look in the mirror sometimes, that we blame people or we put things on people sometimes when we're a part of the actual problem. The diagnosis, talk about it. You there?
yeah.
What you thinking?
Yeah, it's more projecting the blame of like the something that you're broken that's inside of you. Yeah, can you hear me?
Very well.
Very well.
I don't know what's going on. It's like it's double time right now. Hold on.
Hey, sister, how you doing?
Okay, hold
You
on.
sound very good. Is this your image? It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, your sound probably is playing through YouTube or something as well, and the app. If you turn
And this is like therapy to me,
Okay.
Tyrone, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Is that
God
better
said-
now?
we got you. Go ahead, Nasha.
Okay, I was just saying it's the projecting the blame. So normally when a person is really broken on the inside, what ends up happening is they begin to project their past transgressions on a bunch of other people. So what he was saying, kind of piggybacking off of that, how you treat yourself mentally is how you're going to be treating your child, and your child is going to be either become broken or self-sufficient, and kind of grows from there. And
Hey, sweetheart, talk slowly. You don't be nervous. You're talking
I'm not
fast.
nervous. My daughter's 6. I'm like trying to run between things.
Yeah, no.
No, I was saying that normally with a person, when they have a broken type of mental, something in that traumatic that happened in the past to them, they could have been hurt as a child, not enough love, not enough comfort. So what ends up happening is they grow into an adult who's broken. And what ends up happening is they project their blame and their fear and their pain and everything on that said child. And then the child begins to continue the cycle, which leads you to the broken individual needing a hug. And then, like you're saying, it's kind of the constant traumatic effect throughout the years, the loops that need to get broken, the generational curses, all that different stuff, in order for us to advance to become kind of like a better nation of people and kind of go from there.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Jump in.
What she was saying is what I was trying to say is black people, we act like we need a hug from white people. We need to get over that. Like we don't need that hug. What we need to do is talk to each other. And black people be like, you know what? My example of that is Donald Trump tweeted the second round draft pick and didn't treat the first round draft pick and they was like, it was all black people was in the outrage, like why he didn't tweet the, but we don't even care about this dude. Like, do y'all really want a hug from this white man so bad?
It's
like,
not important.
Yes, like if you get what I'm trying to say, we need to stop acting like we want to be accepted by these people, because they really need our acceptance. And I love all races, but I'm saying we validate everybody. I'm a Donald Trump supporter. I validate him. Without me, he would not. He would be considered racist. He doesn't need me to not be considered racist, because see what he does. He tweets whatever the fuck he wants to say. He needs me to show that he's not. And that's what I want black people to understand.
How can you kind of pick and choose what he says? You're not him.
No, so I don't pick and choose what he says, because I'm a man and I'm gonna say things you're gonna not agree with everything I say. That's a man.
That's just opinions. That's not even being a man. That's just a person. I could have a different opinion from you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, see, I differentiate, excuse me, man from women, because this is me speaking to a woman. Men think logically. Women think emotionally. First thought.
Okay.
Your first thought is emotional. Because look, I'm gonna tell you like this. If we're sitting in the house, right? Let's say me and you is both asleep, and me and you are together. We sit in the room. We hear a noise at the front. Somebody's breaking in the house, right? Somebody's breaking in the house. First thing you're going to do as a woman is wake me up and say, I think somebody's coming in. Get up. That's your emotion, right? Me, if I wake up first and I hear somebody breaking in, I'm going to think logically. First thing I'm going to do is go get the gun. Because that's logic. I'm not going to wake you up and be like, I think somebody's breaking in. I'm not going to think off my emotions like, okay, I think you get what I'm saying?
Let's take into consideration that I live by myself and I have kids. And my viewpoint on logical versus emotional is it's the mental growth. It has nothing to do with my gender. So my logical thought is I'm not going to get a gun. I'm going to make sure that who's not coming in the house is my child, so I don't turn the gun on my child. That's the first thing. Second, the logical thing to do is that's ensuring the threat's not there. And then as long as the threat's not there, then I kind of
don't move the goalposts. Keep the goalposts what I said. I said me and you are in the bed.
No. So what I'm saying is if we're going to talk about logic versus emotional, then if you and I are in the bed and then something happens like that, then wouldn't that depend off of me as far as logical goes? I'm not going to, my first thought is going to be, my fear
Hey, wake up. Somebody's coming in the house. That should be your first thought as a woman, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And then my first thought is to wake up and grab the gun.
Wouldn't logic be that we have a burglar system, alarm system, something in the house?
No.
He's making it specifically you two are laying in the bed. What's going to be the first thing that happens when you hear somebody come in the house?
Yeah. And I'm trying to keep it logical. Don't bring up.
Truthfully, in my case, I'd go downstairs. That's me, because I've done that before. So it's been me that's gone.
Jump in, Salik.
I want to add into that logic. When we deal with logic, we're dealing with reasoning. We're dealing with things that has to deal with the processes of information. You understand? And it deals with the clear of thought. So it deals with the principles. Logic is the principle, right? So if your natural instinct is to know what is security for you, would be your gun. Security for her would be, if it was a man, it'd be the husband, or it would be whatever defense that she has. But you can't, we can't mix logic with an emotional expression, because they're different.
Right.
But see,
women have, but listen, King, you got to understand that women have emotional responses.
Yes.
Okay, but let's focus on logic. We jump on emotional responses later. But
no,
everyone has a logic.
You was going down the right path. Stay where you was at. Because you was going down it. No, you were going down it. Don't try to jump around. You were going around it.
I was, but I don't want to jump from logic to, emotion real quick.
Wait. Because you're talking about men and women. And that you're gonna have to jump around when you do that.
Because man has emotion too, bro.
Yeah, they do.
You have emotion too. So you can't just throw logic and emotion like we don't have it either. You have emotion. Right. If your daughter was hurt, you ain't gonna be no logic. There's gonna be some hurt and some.
Hey Tyrone, can I get him on another day? Me and him.
Absolutely.
Because I don't want to argue this. What we doing is we building right now. So I want to build.
Yeah, so what? So yeah. So no. We're not gonna argue. What we want to do is make it very clear on what logic and the emotion side of things are. I see where you're going with it, King, and nothing's wrong with your premise. You know what I'm saying? To say we're going to think logically, you're going to think emotionally. I mean, we hear that a lot. That's fine. That's fine.
Is that not fair? Is that not 50-50? Is that not 50-50?
I would say it all depends on the individual and the way that they view things and the way they've been taught. So if that's what 50-50 is for you, then that's what it is for you. But from other men, we may not have the same responses or beliefs in those things. But if that's what you're sharing, man, we all listening, so we can accept it and we can try to build to know more and grow more. So I'm not saying it's 50-50. I'm not agreeing with your 50-50, but that's what you say, because that's your life experience. Only you live through your life experience and only can express what you feel. You see what I'm saying? And I can only express my life experience and when I express what I feel. Okay. So even though we may not agree with the 50-50, but at least we understand where we're going emotionally and logically.
Right.
Well, we want to protect each other no matter what. You know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying, though. But nah, this is no disrespect to what you're saying. Sure.
Nah.
But I just
got thrown off.
The logic
no, don't get thrown. See, where you got thrown off of, you tried to protect the. Never mind.
Nah, I try to protect anybody. I don't play words.
Don't never mind. Say what you gonna say. You fine.
Yeah.
No, because I know what type of man this is right here. And I respect him. I love him. This is my brother. But you can't sugarcoat things. See, when we talk about men and women, we're talking about two different type of species. I mean, you cannot equate the two the same. And okay, so I'm gonna ask you this. This is what I think when I meet a brother like my bro Salik. This is my brother.
He looks like the before type you say that,
go ahead.
Listen, before you say that, we looked at logic. We all talked about logic, and then when you look at when we think of emotion, you must define that. Define it in its core, so that when you speak of it, or when you express the thought of it, you speak of it in a
I know this type of dude. I know him. I know him. I know how to say this.
You see what I'm saying? Because you can't speak connotatively for something that doesn't mean what it is. You know what I'm saying?
There needs to be reasoning. There needs to be reasoning. There's got to be some reasoning.
Bro,
you said
listen, brother. Come on, man. Listen.
I gotta Google that. That's a big word. Connotatively.
Well, listen.
Okay.
But
so
listen,
look.
Yes, sir. But these words connotatively means that you're speaking of a word. Okay. That means that the word doesn't mean what you are expressing, or doesn't mean what it says. But when you speak denotatively, it's a word that means you.
Denotatively. Say the other word. Denotatively. Say it again. I'm not trying to be funny. Say it again.
Denotative.
Denotative. Okay. Duly noted. Duly noted.
Connotative.
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 Okay. Sure. So what I'm gonna tell you. So I'm gonna break down what I mean by that.
But let me go back with the emotion, right? Okay. Because emotion is a what? What is an emotion? But we can all answer together. What is an emotion?
A feeling. How you feel? It's a feeling.
It's an intuitive, right? But it deals with what? It deals with that. It deals with your what? Intuitive state of mind.
Man, stop using big words, bro. I said feeling. Intuitive.
That's the professor. He can't help it. Look, I got connotative up. Just
signify the soda or
look, I got connotative up just in case somebody don't know of a word or expression signifying or suggesting or suggestive of an associative or secondary meaning in addition to the prime meaning.
Yeah,
Right.
I
Speak
don't
like
even know what that means. That's too much.
But I just told you, it doesn't mean what the word means. You speaking around it.
It's just a
Okay, yeah, that's what that says. That really means it doesn't mean what the word means, but it signifies.
Okay, but go to denotative. We want to speak with the true.
That's like a dog whistle. It's like a dog whistle.
Oh man, y'all crazy, man. Listen, man, we're gonna build, right?
Oh, I'm building. That's what it means. That was good.
Like a dog whisper.
No, dog whistle. Dog whistle.
Oh, dog whistle. Okay.
Yeah, dog whistle.
All right, but brother, but going back to the
I'm not gonna disrespect you, bro.
No, we good because we all have emotions, you know what I'm saying? And with emotions deals with our intuitiveness, you know what I'm saying? Our instincts of what we feel inside, you know what I'm saying? And we all have that emotional response. So there's nothing wrong with that. But I just want to see
doing too much. Hey, you doing a lot of talking to the ladies, man. You got to talk to the men now.
Bro, I'm talking. I built with the men like
I'm
this.
learning something right now.
Bro.
What you learning, Nasha?
Huh?
What you learn?
I was sitting over here learning. I understand the differences in emotions and feelings. Like, yeah, that's understandable with the male.
Emotions and feelings is the same thing.
Because male, it's the way the males are set up. You guys aren't even allowed to be taught anything when it has to deal with emotions and feelings.
Oh my
so
God. Wait.
And we emotional.
Yeah.
And we're naturally emotional.
The point was emotion.
But you're supposed to be taught. You're taught to suppress it, and that's what ends up happening.
Right.
No.
And what is an emotion again? See, here we go. What is an emotion again, Arthur? Before you start talking, I want you to go ahead and be very be authentic in you, man. You a genius, brother. You know what's up. I'm
really
not
are. You don't got to hold back. You ain't got to hold back.
Yeah, you a genius, brother. So what is an emotion?
Huh?
I already said what it is, but what is an emotion in its expression?
An emotion is a feeling. An expression is expressing, showing that feeling outwardly. I don't use big words, so I don't know how to say that. An expression is an outward feeling. That's an expression.
There we go. Yes, sir. Yes, thank you, brother. We're dealing with what? Exactly what you said. So when you look at logic and emotion, they're two different things, right? But we as men and women, we both express the same thing.
So as men, can we focus on logic? We haven't said nothing about logic.
No, because you said
they technically go hand in hand.
You said right. You said men use logic and women use emotion. All I said was, yo, King, wait a second. We can all use the both. We can use both.
Wait. No.
Okay.
See,
wait. That's fine. You don't have to.
I'm about to say something. This might cut deep.
Okay.
And it's not no disrespect to nobody. But see, men who are raised by men. See, a lot of us black men use emotion because we were raised by women, just like Tupac. Tupac died because he acted off emotion. Same thing with Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle he was raised by his daddy. He had his daddy ways, but he died emotionally from what I learned. And I'm not going to get into that. But what I'm saying is,
I think you're confusing the
Go ahead. Where are you confused?
The definition of emotion for that, because you're saying, like, logically speaking, on emotional level, right? No. Logically speaking, you're in a room full of water, and then there's about to be an electric current. There's a power line that dropped down. Now, emotionally speaking, you are now freaking the fuck out. You're scared. That's an emotion. And so logically speaking, what should you do? You need to get off of the floor and you need to get on something high so you don't get electrocuted. That's logic and emotion in the same situation. If you're just using logic, then you're not going to understand the emotion that you're feeling right now, that it's fear. So now you're having more fear, more anxiety, and then you're off emotion again, and then you have an anxiety attack and get killed by the
Wait. Whoa. I didn't get nothing. I didn't get what you said.
All right, hold on. Look.
It's okay.
Before she go into it again, I got emotion on the screen. Now, a natural instinctive state of mind deriving from one's circumstances, mood, or relationship with others. The sentence says she was attempting to control her emotions.
She. Wait. Why did it say she? That's weird, huh?
Because we always link emotion with
Ain't that
female.
weird? Hey,
It's anything. I mean,
wait.
it's a logical deduction. I mean, if you think about it.
Wait. Oh, don't go away. Go back.
All right, let me go back.
Go back. Because this is an important breakdown. Or relationship with others. You see how it says others? Emotions has nothing to do with you. And natural instinctive
Brother, you forgetting the word it says mood?
Deriving from one circumstance, mood, or relationship with others. She was attempting to control her emotions. So
with her others. Somebody obviously made her mad.
Yeah. Now let's go to logic.
Hey, did you forget that word, brother? Did you forget the word mood? It's a mood. It's a feeling.
I know, but as a man, you should not be in the mood to do. No person can control your mood as a man.
I feel like you're just confusing gender with
No, it's not about gender. It's about
with definitions, because it has nothing to do with the gender.
Okay, you know what? Hey,
we got logic on the screen.
Hey, King, you know what, man? Here's my question to you. Brother. My question to you is, are you so convinced in your definition of the words you're using to not change it or to consider anything else?
No.
You're not willing to consider nothing else?
I don't know what you mean by that, but I can tell you something.
Because
I can tell you something. I can tell you something to make me why I am who I am as a man, if you're willing to listen to that. But can we break down the word logic before we get into that?
Nah, could you run it, man? You gotta
okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Where do you want me to go?
The question is this, because these two words, I mean, we're dealing with
it. Specific question.
The specific question I want to ask you is based upon how you feel.
Okay.
On the word emotion. Okay. Because you are connecting it to a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Are you so stuck on just that belief where you would not consider men have emotions too?
Well, I mean, there are a lot of emotional men.
No, I asked you that. Are you willing to consider that men have emotional expressions as well, not just women? Are you willing to consider that thought?
No. And being emotional is not manly.
Okay.
Hey, hold on.
Can I say something?
Let me ask a quick question.
Hold on for a second.
Are women that are men that are raised by single women emotional?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Now, Art, let me ask you this question.
Wouldn't that depend on the woman who's raising the child?
I'm not going to ask you the question, but here it is, Arthur. Now, Art.
Wait. Can y'all do it one at a time? And I'm not disrespecting none of y'all.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to answer these questions at, like, you know what I mean?
All right.
Okay.
They shooting them at you, Art. Stay ready.
Okay. All right. Here I go, brother. Hey, this is Salik again, bro.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You my brother, bro.
Yes, sir. You said that you would not consider it. Okay.
Consider what? Consider what?
The word that men has emotion as well. We have emotional responses or expressions. You said we don't.
That's not manly. To respond emotional is not manly. You can you can have emotions, but to respond emotional is not manly. Go ahead.
That's kind of toxic, though.
Okay.
But then when you define the word emotion, it's a natural instinct from nature. So you lost me. But however, bro, hold on. Now you guys.
Wait. Can I explain that?
You guys are really onto something right now. I don't know if you know it, but you got.
Can I give you an example? Wait. Let me get this man an example. Salik, my brother.
Yes, sir.
When I see a girl who looks beautiful, my natural reaction is to want to pursue her. But see, I'm able to control my natural reaction to pursue that. See, I don't have to respond emotionally because I saw a girl I'm attracted to. Responding emotional and being emotional is two different things. Yes, I have. I can be emotional.
So now that's just expression.
Look, my son. I took my son. My son saw the movie.
Hey, you know what? We're going too far on that.
Nah. I just went as far as
you try to take it something. You try to take it to some.
You didn't want to go there. You knew I was about to go where you didn't want me to go. Go ahead.
Hey, you know what? I'm bringing you back home, bro. I'm bringing you back home. Lucky Prince.
Can I say something about that question?
Hold on. Go ahead, Nasha. Say what you were going to say. Hey, Art, I hear you. I hear you, Art. Go ahead, Nasha.
Because you had mentioned something about a woman raising a man and making him emotional. And what I was going to say was that, yes, Tupac did have emotions, but he had huge bouts of empathy, right? So doesn't a woman teach empathy? But if she's a single woman, isn't it her job to have the balance?
Did he have empathy?
The balance between the emotion and the logic, so she could teach her son how to be emotional and logical at the same time without being too emotional.
Wait, did Tupac have sympathy, empathy, or apathy?
I was really kind of just addressing what you had said about Tupac. I was using him as an example.
But you just said he had sympathy.
Hey, you guys, Salik, I'm gonna bring up the definition of logic because I think we skipped it while it was up, but if we read it, it actually says a lot, just so we can have context. Logic, reasoning conducted or assessed according to to strict principles of validity.
I said that already.
Right. Oh, did you?
That was the first thing I told him.
Okay.
I said logic deals with reasoning. I told him that it deals with
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Logic is about experience.
All right, right here it say logic. 1, reasoning conducted or assessed according to the strict principles of validity. And so, but look, going to what you were saying, Art, about you see a female and you might want to go talk to her. That might be emotional, but to just go let them emotions go, you're saying is it manly? That's where the logic kick in and you do what's most logical. Is that what does that make sense to all of you guys? Because I think Nasha said it go hand in hand.
Are you saying Mary? Because I'm honestly,
I'm trying to ask.
Does
that make sense?
Because I'm thinking you're responding.
You guys are teaching me. So I'm trying to use the parable that he gave about, okay, you see a woman. And tell me if this is the progression of it, Salik. You see a woman and you feel a sort of emotion. And then your logic kicks in and tell you what you should do. Should I approach her? She got on a wedding ring. Is her boyfriend right behind her? And so is that the progression of things? Is it the emotion and then the logic?
See, the thing is, women don't have to deal with that. See, they don't have to deal with that function. That function is what we come with.
All right.
See,
so
this
isn't that the choosing?
What do you want?
That's just natural selection. That's like choosing a mate. That has nothing to do with logic.
No. Well, I can get biblical with it because Adam didn't deal with logic because when
Arthur.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Let's go back to the top, man. You know, I like to grow. You said, okay. I asked you the question.
I know you got to take it back to the top with me, bro.
No, it's cool, bro. Because
I'm learning. Because I hear what both of you, I hear what all of you guys are saying, and all of you guys got valid points, and all of you guys are kind of like close to each other in one way in what you're saying, but you just got to figure it out.
I said it's the Civil War. The war. This is the real war.
Here we go. We look at it like
this.
We lay it down like this.
It's understanding.
We getting it. Go ahead, Salik. Go ahead, Salik.
All right. Okay. Yes, it's understanding. But listen, when we speak, family, you know, see, here's a problem with Black folks, or here's a problem with a lot of folks in most cases.
No.
We don't
Let's say
understand
Black
the language.
folks.
We don't
fuck all these other folks. Let's say Black folks. I want to hear you say that.
Okay, with Black folks. When we deal with Black folks, man.
Yes.
Black folks just use words so loosely.
Mm-hmm.
They use words so loosely and so ignorantly, and they think the words mean what they say they mean. But they don't. So what I'm saying is we try to be so attached and we believe something so wholeheartedly, and we're using the wrong, we're phrasing it wrong. You know what I'm saying? The content is wrong.
Yeah.
And so let's get back to what we talk about the origins. When we spoke about emotion. Emotion in his definition, it said what? A natural what? Instinctive what? State of mind. Brother, anything that has the word natural related to it is what you call innate. Meaning that it is natural in nature, meaning it is in the core from existence. You can't get rid of it, son. So you have a natural instinct to emotion. So you can't say that men are not emotional because it is an innate thing coded into your DNA genetic makeup.
But see, let me tell you this. It's not natural for men to be emotional.
You're off, man. You're
off.
No, because then now you're kind of dipping into toxic masculinity.
Exactly.
If you're teaching a man that he can't
talking about toxic femininity.
All right, look.
No.
I wasn't even done.
Toxic femininity. No.
Hey, Arthur. Arthur. And this is the point I'm making. When I asked you earlier, I said, will you consider? I use that question in groups that I hold with other men and women, because I never say you should or you have to. I always say consider, because that gives the person to make a subconscious decision or a conscious decision. Because when I say consider, that means that you are what? You are saying what you said earlier. Examine yourself. We are the fault. We're our own problem. So if you won't even consider somebody else's thought and emotion and life experience, so who's the problem? Is it you?
No, I get that.
I want to make that point. I want to bring it back to you. That's why I want to bring it back to you.
I'm definitely taking your points and considering what you're saying, but
you said you won't consider it. I asked you already. You said you wouldn't.
Consider what? Say it again.
Now I'm making you the word.
Wait. Ask the question again. Wait.
Are you willing to take the responsibility
for what?
Of taking somebody else's opinion? Of taking somebody else's opinion, of being able to take someone's opinion, take it with a grain of salt and apply it to yourself.
Wait, no, I can't. Wait, Salik, what did you say? Because
one more time, Salik.
I asked you earlier.
Break it down one more time, Salik.
Please.
All right. What I was saying, brother, was earlier when I was asking you, we were talking about logic and emotion, and we're talking about defining the two words, and I was saying that, well, women and men, we can respond logically or emotionally, depending on the situation. And then I was saying that.
Wait, can we stop there? Can we stop there? Let's break it down slowly, because this is the end of it. So you said women and men breaking it. What I'm saying is, emotionally is not a man.
Said what you said.
Yeah, it's not manly. So breaking something down emotionally. Okay, go ahead.
You already said what you said. Now here, see, listen, it's the way, it's how you're thinking of it. It's your process of it.
Okay, help me out.
All I'm saying. Okay, so when I asked you that question, all I was asking you, let me, because now you took me back to something that wasn't even related to this. Okay, so then we talked about emotion. You said that only. I asked you, can men have an emotion, no expression as well? You said no. I said, would you consider? Because you said,
wait. Can I say this? Can I say this?
Women respond emotionally, and men, that's not manly to respond emotionally.
It's not.
And then I said, would you consider would you just consider the expression that other men have an emotional expression as well as women do? And you said no, you wouldn't consider that thought.
Yeah, no.
And so this is where we are in the future. And you're having a conversation with women, you're having a conversation with men. You always, I don't want to say you always, but I would advise you to open up a little bit to other people's life experiences and expressions.
So you're saying, wait.
I'm asking you.
Let's just say me and you had a conversation. Let's just say
I have a natural instinct to nature, brother. I get emotion. I have emotions. I have a mood. You can't make me have a mood.
As a man, if I say something to you as a man, it's acceptable for you to respond as a woman?
Did you or did you not cry when your son was born?
No, I'm not being disrespectful. Did he understand what I'm saying? Does anybody understand what I'm saying? He just broke it down.
I will respond. I will respond as a man with my emotion. My emotion is my mood, my feeling.
But if
You know what
I
I'm saying?
say,
But
but
things
I'm
like
saying responding emotionally. Wait, listen. Me and you are two men, right? Do you understand you
the thought
responding?
is logic. Emotion deals with feeling. Feeling is mood.
Listen.
A logic deals with thought, processing.
I know.
No, you're mixing the two. You're dealing with internal. No, brother, you can't mix the two because one, you're dealing with thought process. The other one, you deal with an expression.
No, but
it comes
what
from
I'm trying to
mood.
do is
Everything comes from a feeling of expression. Logic comes from thought.
Yes.
Logic comes from thought. You can't mix thought from emotion, from expression.
And
No, you
feelings
can't.
come from feelings.
There's two different things, brother. Logic only comes from thought. Feelings, you only can have a logic if you have an emotional expression. You need to feel something in order to, you need to feel it to think it.
No.
Come on, bro. You're not that far off, are you?
Okay. No, I'm not far off at all. Can I break it down to you?
All right. Yeah, because you're trying to lose us on this simple shit.
I'm not trying to lose you at all. I'm not trying to lose you at all. I'm trying to break it down to you and tell you what can happen. I'm trying to tell you what can happen if me and you acted emotionally. Me and you can lose our life.
You guys be having emotional
right now.
Huh?
No, we can't.
You guys would be having a debate like you're doing right now because you're responding emotionally.
If he responds, listen, and this is not I'm not no tough guy. I'm just telling him what can happen when men think emotionally.
That's what you're doing right now, though.
Somebody can lose their life. No, but when we think logically,
exactly,
he's going to understand that I don't mean no disrespect to him, and he doesn't mean
that's
no
not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is saying that as a man, you don't respond emotionally. But right now, he's triggering
when
something.
you respond emotionally, you know what happened? If I
He's
say something you don't like,
in you,
you know what he's liable to do? If I listen.
Go ahead, Art, and let me jump in after that because I got an idea. I think what you guys are both all talking about. Go ahead, Art.
What I'm saying is, if I'm responding logically, we're just talking. But if he wants to respond emotionally, if I say something he don't like, he's going to want to say, look, it's like my son's mom. When my son say something and she be like, hey, what you say? Wow, slap him in the face. Not saying she's abusive, but that's but at me as a man, my son says something I don't like, I'd be like, son, you shouldn't do that. And she'd be like, did you hear what your son just said? Go talk to your son. I got to talk to him logically. But she just responds emotionally, means as soon as you say something I don't like, pow, boom, I go upside your head. I got to slap the shit out you. But that is no one is right or wrong. What I'm saying is the response is different. So all I'm saying to you is, men, what I'm saying is a lot of men would be alive today if we responded logically instead of emotionally. Like say you slap me, you slap my brother, I come back and I kill you. That's emotional. Logically, if you slap my brother, I'm gonna come ask you, what did my brother do wrong? So I can correct my brother.
Would you really, or would you be angry and respond in an emotional manner? What's wrong, baby?
I get it.
It depends on how I react.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I have a little brother and I have a son. But it was a time where if you slap my little brother, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna beat the shit out of your little brother. And then it's gonna be a war between families. But then I grew
emotional, but now you learn to be more logical.
If you slap my little brother, I'm gonna ask you, what did my brother do wrong first? Because maybe I gotta correct him.
Okay.
Maybe my brother.
But bro, you're talking about all these things, but you're missing the point that everything stems from the emotion part before you get to the logic. You're dismissing it. So once you get.
Let me say what I'm listening to and what I'm learning, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong or if what I'm asserting isn't what you guys are thinking. What I'm thinking is, like it sounds like you guys are saying, is that the emotion comes and then the logic is what checks the emotion.
Right.
Is that order, Salik? What you think? Okay, Salik say something I don't like, instantly I get emotional. What Art is saying, if I let that emotion come out without checking it with logic, that's not manly.
And then here's the question. Mm-hmm. If you respond emotionally, what is that expression? Answer that question.
Emotion.
If you respond emotionally, what is that
Emotion.
Emotion. Then it go back again. What is emotion?
Man.
The first thing that comes to you without thought is emotion.
Yourself up.
So if you're gonna do that, aren't you having to deduct the reason first? So that is logical.
Exactly. So you see, they can't even use the same word twice in the same phrase because it goes back to emotional expression.
Right.
Damn.
Okay, let's go through this slowly.
Emotion starts first.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you can't
starts first.
Okay. So,
If you're sleeping, you hear a loud noise outside, your emotion is going to startle you. Your logic is going to make you grab your pistola.
Right.
There you go, man. There you go. That's it, man.
Logic is also making sure that you're not shooting a family member.
Right. You cannot run from a natural instinct that you have that is divine in nature by your creator, son. You can't run from it. You're trying to say that you don't have something that's innate. Then who are you, bro? You may be a robot. You could be a robot.
No.
He don't express himself emotionally. He's saying, I think that's what he's saying is that part.
No.
Emotions happen.
I am not Jesus Christ in the flesh.
I'm trying to get you riled up for a minute. That's all.
No, what I'm telling you is I can be very emotional too.
Mm-hmm.
But I can admit that I'm wrong for doing it. But I will try to outweigh what I preach to my son. I have a son. I try to preach to the next generation. It's about logic. Because I grew up with emotion.
Okay. Yeah, we went back there. Okay. Right. So in the future, so when we're dealing with situations in the future, just understanding the terms that we're using in the expression, when we always considering other people's situations, like in this situation, I've learned something.
Me too.
I've learned something. I've learned that some people feels that emotion is limitless. I'm sorry. Some people think that emotion has limitations. So I just learned that today, that some people have feelings that.
Oh, you learned that today?
And you learned logic takes precedence.
Wait,
he's saying because of this interview, because of this whole thing, he's learning that some people have.
You learned that today? You're a black man. Have you ever lost friends to the streets?
Listen,
bro. Well, no, listen. No matter what, bro, I'm a student. I'm a student to learning. Okay. I teach, but I'm a student every day. I'm a student. So I'm learning something new because in this situation, everybody's situation is different. I have learned many things, and I'm learning things on the fly, every day. But I'm learning something from this particular conversation is that some people, like yourself, right, views emotion as a limitation. Emotion has a limit, and then everything else takes precedent, which would be logic. So I'm learning somebody else's thought. So when I'm
wait, you fast. That was good.
This is you. You're the one talking this way. So how you don't know your own thought? You're the one talking.
Wait. You said emotion has a limitation.
You said emotion has limitations.
Okay.
The reason why I say emotion has a limitations because you said many times that you gave scenarios, about how you're going to express yourself, how your woman express herself emotionally, stuff like that.
Is there?
You saying men have limitations on emotion?
I don't think. I don't think.
Have limitations or not?
I don't think there's emotion is limitless.
Because the way things are sounding, it's sounding that what I'm saying, you have other ideas and thoughts about it, and you're confused yourself. And that's okay, because this is how we get amongst the men and the women, and we can listen to other people's thought and express.
I didn't even know I was confused about it until tonight. Now you guys, you don't know it, but you guys are walking me through it. I'm telling you, I literally hear what all of you guys are saying, and all of you guys make a whole lot of sense. Like literally, like when you guys get done, I think you should go back and re-listen to this part. Just
I'm gonna watch this shit all day tomorrow.
I'm learning from you guys. Yeah. I'm learning the difference between.
Yeah, because
I've never really even considered the difference in between emotion and logic. Like I just really haven't. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. You guys know I'm gonna always be honest in how they go hand in hand. And but I do. There is something that author's saying that I do agree with, is the not being able to control your emotions or being able to let that logic kick in. That is how a lot of bad things happen when people are just can't control their emotions. Is that something we all agree on?
Man,
What you think, Salik? Tell me,
Repeat the
Salik.
question because my phone.
all right. Okay, when we look at emotion, man, we always have emotions.
Mhm.
Logically thinking, when we think logic, like you said, when we define the word logic, can somebody, it deals with reasoning, right? The reasoning sets in because it deals with what? It deals with our process. It deals with our ability to process information. That's logic. That's the ability for us to have reasoning over a situation.
Right.
For us to process it.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
And so the emotion is the feeling we have, right? It's the feeling we have, the mood that we have, the mood, like to move and the feeling, all that's the mood of things, the emotion. And in order to carry out emotion in any way, logic is always precedent in the process. You know why? Because it's thought, it's process.
What you're not accepting.
I'm not accepting anything. I'm accepting what is truth and fact, bro. I don't take words and want them to be what I want them to mean and feel what I think they should feel, because I am so in tune with nature. I'm so in tune with my godhood that these little word plays can't make me deter from what is natural.
But what you're not understanding, what you are not understanding is one species was, man and women were given two different things. We were given logic as a man. That's something as men we have to.
Bro. You talking this talk, prove it.
You, Nasha, do you got logic?
Yeah. For me, logic is the ability to break down a situation and process it the right way. So then that way you're not putting yourself in a harm's way or reacting off an emotional response. So, you know, like I said, with the room with the water and the electric power cord, logically speaking, you know you should get off the floor, and it kind of trumps the emotional part, especially the fear. That's what I would say. I don't think it has anything to do with it, in my personal opinion.
So
she just broke down logic. She broke down logic in it.
Nasha, Alex M says, stay safe on the road for real.
Wait. Can I ask one question?
Thank you.
Take too long. You too long on this. You're too long on the subject, man. That's not really. It's not really. We kind of too long or something like this, man. All I would do is advise you to be amongst other brothers and feel that expression, feel that emotion, and then start to look at logic and look and.
I'm not gonna feel it. No, okay. I got
All
you.
right, so do you feel that there's a limit to emotion? I think I heard you earlier say no.
Wait, say that again.
Do you feel as if there's a limit to emotion?
Man.
Well, I think emotions are limitless.
Yeah, only men have it.
Huh? Say it again.
What'd you say, Salik?
No, I'm waiting for him to finish. He said only. Go ahead. Because earlier you kept saying.
Thanks for watching, Alex M.
Wait,
Catch you later, man. Go ahead.
I think emotions are limitless. So when you get emotional, there's no limit to what you can do. But if you're logical, yes, there's a limit to what you would do if you're logical. When you're emotional, you'll jump off a building and kill yourself because you're emotional. But if you're logical, you understand jumping off that building and kill yourself.
That's a whole different thing. Now you're talking about like depression and mental health. Oh Lord.
All right, you guys, look, let's do this. Let's go ahead and we kind of started on if Obama was
man, we went everywhere.
Right wing, but Prince had to go. I do actually enjoy the things that we got into, and I think that's something that we need to talk about further. Maybe I could get you guys back on, and maybe we can mix it up a little bit and get some people in to talk about. Black
all I will say is I appreciate all y'all. I don't mean no disrespect to nobody. I just have a difference of opinion.
No. Hey, none taken. This
healthy debate is fun.
Look, would you guys be And look, tell me this, Salik. I've seen Art tell somebody, he said, can we talk about black people without bringing up white people? You guys think that's possible?
Yeah.
In what way?
I like that idea.
Moving forward or progressing or
can we talk about supremacy without talking about white supremacy?
Very much so. I mean, I would say very much so. What do you guys think so? What do you think, Salik?
We could talk about supremacy, but you got to deal with the core of racism, white supremacy.
Yeah.
You have to deal with that, brother. And so I'll be happy to get on with that because I'll be happy to get on with you with that, bro. Because if you haven't already learned history, you're gonna learn history.
Yeah.
Because
well, look,
you need to know
how did we get here?
Wait, hold on, Art. Let's save that. Let's jump on and let's do that. That'll be a good thing to touch on. And go ahead, Art.
Nah, I mean, in closing, man, I really don't have much to say. I really appreciate this platform. No disrespect to nobody. I'm really strong in my views, and I've been thinking this shit for years. So it's not like I just woke up last night and just started thinking this and wanted to argue with y'all. This is just really how I think, and I like to talk to people like y'all who think differently than how I think.
Oh, I think we all like talking to people like you and to people like Salik, to people like
Salik, I really appreciate. It's no disrespect to nobody. Just understand, if we all love each other, if it's black love, we all love each other because of our skin color, not because of how we think. Because if it's how we think, then that means we monolithic. That means we all supposed to think the same way in order to be loved. If we love each other as black people, we love each other because how we look. Because that's what I get confused at. Sometimes I think that black people say that we love each other because how we look, but then you meet somebody like me, I don't think like you, then you don't love me. But then you meet somebody who doesn't actually look like me, like a Nipsey Hussle. I hate to bring his name up, but he's not an African descendant of slavery, but you love him because he thinks like you. So we just really have to understand how to love each other and really love each other. Like, just because I don't think like you don't mean that you don't have to love me. That's all I want to say.
Okay. All right. Hey, Art, a big reason for the show just is to let people see other people's points of view. You see what I'm saying? It is so because it's a lot of people that'll be like, well, nobody thinks like that. Nobody thinks like that. And so what it is so other people can see other points of view and create some sort of empathy. So it is about being able to love each other through somebody else's different thought process. And so that is a lot of what the show is about. So you don't have to feel bad about feeling how you feel or saying on your mind. But you don't have to preference it or worry about it because that's what we do. You know what I mean? The professor teaches. That's just what he do. He can't help it. You know what I'm saying? So hey, you guys, I think that'd be a good topic to come back on. Go ahead, Professor.
Let me go ahead and close out with this one too. I appreciate coming on with you. Hey, Sister Nasha, thank you for coming on, sister. Appreciate you, Queen.
No problem. I loved it.
Hey, King, Arthur, man. Peace, brother. Thank you for dialoguing, man. Thank y'all for letting me come on with y'all. But here's the thing, too. I just want to add this in here, man, because I feel that this is very important. Just through my life expression and experiences, I think this is very important, is that we understand as a people what love is and what same thought is. Because we can love someone the same all day, but if they don't have the same thought as us for progress and the same thought from us for separation, the same thought from us from rites of passage, then there's an issue. Love is separate from thought. We always have to remember when there's a collective with one thought, when you understand the principle of energy and this energy in the forms of the magnetic field and how we are all vibrating off of a frequency, we have to be on the same thought pattern, not love pattern. It needs to be same thought in order to manifest what it is that we want for us.
Right.
So when you get to higher levels of thought, higher levels of yourself, when you get to higher levels of thought and thinking, You know what I'm saying? You begin to process things a little bit differently. So I see where you at. You're growing, brother. So continue to grow, continue to love, like you said, because we do need love. We do need to love each other. We do need
Can I
to
say
build,
something
but
that?
there's levels to this.
Can I say something? All right, my bad,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
Because what you just said was very important. But I'm gonna tell you something that I learned from Brother Malcolm, who was a Muslim, and I'm not nowhere near that. But what he said about Martin Luther King was he said that we need to come together on things we agree with. See, we need to disagree amongst each other. See, what we doing is disagreeing amongst each other. But in order to build, we got to build amongst the things we agree with. So it's okay for us to come together and talk about the things that we disagree with. But let's build on the things that we agree with. That's what we got to do as Black people. We have to stop talking about, oh, he don't think like me on this level. He wears this color. He wears that color. He likes this man. He likes this woman. He's gay. He's straight. We have to come together on what we agree with as Black people.
But listen, Arthur, you heard what you said? So what you said, but you see how you use that word? See how you use those words come together, think together? In order to agree, you have to think alike.
No, that's not
you're right there, bro. You're just taking the words and switching it, but it's the same thing. In order for you to agree
what we're doing,
something,
but what we're doing is, in order to build, we have to figure out what we disagree with, so we can throw that out. So we have to understand.
I like the fact that when I say things, it makes you think. You start to come up with new things to say. So I like the fact that you are, you know what I'm saying, you do have a mind of an engine. So I appreciate that. So
all I'm saying is
his mind be moving.
We gonna be good.
All right, man. I love y'all, man.
Your engine is on.
Nah, Art, I was just saying your mind be
hey,
moving.
Bro, we're gonna come on here and do it again. Thank you, King.
Hey, we need to
love
get
y'all,
back
man.
on and we could
I love
do
y'all
that.
too, man. This was important.
We could do that. Hey, I agree with a lot of everything all you guys said. You guys are saying so many things that are close to the same. It's just a small smidget. But to prove one thing, hey, I still love all you guys, whether I agree with you or not. I think that's important. Like I said, you guys have all said some really important things. Arthur, don't feel like you haven't said anything important, because you really, really have. You really, really have. Like, you really, really have. You guys all have. But look, we're gonna go get out of here. The Johnsons, you know we love you too. The Johnsons said love to all y'all. See, we got some people that love all y'all. Everybody loves Alex. Thanks.
I want to share this shit on my Facebook, man. I want to see this on Facebook. Is this on Facebook?
This is on YouTube. The first half was on Facebook, but when I get guests, we can't do it on Facebook, so we do it on YouTube. I'll send you the link in your inbox. I'll shoot it to you right now. Nasha, give us the last word. Say something positive. I'm gonna end the meeting. I'm not gonna say nothing else after you get done. Just put your hand up so I know you done.
I agree that I feel like like-minded individuals have the ability to make each other grow. And I feel like the more that we look into it and the more that we can fix the cracks and become the solves for our future generations, then maybe, we might be able to do something and kind of pull everything together. That's kind of pretty much my main thought all the time. So
thank you.
Yeah.